where people just believe whatever they're saying, even if it's not true.
No doubt.
I think we're live. Kicking here. Welcome, everybody, to the Automotive Edge radio show here on our Facebook page. Are we
live yet?
Trying to be.
No, we have 3 seconds.
Well, we're not live on the radio, but
How come mine's not coming up?
I don't know. But we're up.
I know, but I hit.
Welcome to the AutomotiveEdge.com stadium.
The Automotive
It's the
Edge.
bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third, and
Should
Team
be up.
Consumers are behind by 1 run.
We're
At
up.
the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase.
We're on.
The
We're
counter's
live.
full. Joe Bag
Okay,
on the mound,
so-
waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch.
See?
So here I
It's a line
third.
fly ball. Hit deep
Automotive
in the
Edge.
left field. It's
And then
going,
scroll up.
going, gone. 2-run homer. Another great walk-off
It's not
win
showing
for
yet,
Team
is it?
Consumer by Kurt Chase at the
Just let-
AutomotiveEdge.com.
you get started, I'll figure it out.
Well, here we are. It's the Automotive Edge radio show on this gorgeous, an absolute gorgeous Saturday morning. We're here today live, Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It Promise, right here on Highway 114 between Main Street and Texan Trail.
I'm going to redo this.
Come on out. Come join us.
I need.
Come hang out. Be with us. It is the last weekend of the month, so if you're looking to steal a deal, get the money, get all the trade-in value. We're going to be talking about that. That is a big topic right now in the auto industry, is what is going on with trade-in values. I've never praised this many vehicles in this amount of short of time. I think in my 20 years on radio, people are really, really going after trade-in values right now. Rates are starting to come down. We're seeing that. The manufacturers or the dealerships were actually posting lower rates. Looks like next month is just going to be a kickstart to a big Q4, but most of the dealers start today. They're not waiting till Tuesday when the new rates and incentives come out. They are rocking and rolling and discounting now. And I got a bunch of emails from all my sponsors going, hey, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. No money down, 0 APRs are out, rebates jumped up, discounts jumped up to move inventory this weekend. So you have today and Monday, the last 2 days of the month. But as beautiful as today is, I'd get out early before the Red River rivalry kicks off.
I don't think
And do what?
it's not this weekend.
You're not going down there this weekend?
The
to watch
Red
the game?
River rivalry is not this weekend.
I'm going to the game right when I leave here.
No, well, you're going to see Grambling and Prairie View if you're going to the game.
Okay, good job, Bo. Just when you think Bo's sleeping, he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you that Grambling and Prairie View, the
They're-
halftime is what you go for.
Well, that's what they've been doing for years.
I mean,
Well-
those bands crank it to a whole new level of excitement on the field.
And they've been down there forever.
Yep.
That's been a long-standing game down there, and
This is the 140th year of the State Fair.
it's crazy, isn't it?
140 years. I didn't realize it had been on that long, going that long. But I was like,
The Red
holy
River
cow.
is October 12th, by the way.
That is correct. I used to go to that many, many, many years ago before you were just a twinkle in your mom and daddy's eye. Well, they weren't even married then.
The 12th?
No, for the Red River rivalry. I went when my mom worked for a dentist and his brother was president of OU. And so we got to the stadium, man. We got to go right down the 50-yard line all the way to the end, sat in that little boxed-in area and watch the game. It was great. Every time they come in, like 4 years in a row, I went to the Red River rivalry. But back then it wasn't that. They didn't call it that. It's just the Cotton Bowl. And what great games. I remember seeing Earl Campbell play, Lamb, Ham, and Jam Jones all play. Golly, I still remember some of the great players from OU, Reggie Barnes. It was just absolutely incredible. A different deal. Then you go on the Midway, and boy, it was so much fun listening to the people going back and forth depending on who won.
Right.
And then all the beers got to flowing, and the Midway would light up. And then remember, growing up, everybody went to the West End. Remember that?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was a big time down there.
Oh boy, they had that thing all boarded off and all the roadblocks set up, and that was
Party City.
Wow.
Probably a few fights too.
There's a few. You know, one thing I never understood. This one thing to get. Maybe you can help me. This. How come when guys, you know, things start happening, they want to take their shirt off and fight? I never understood that.
I guess that's. I don't know. I'd want to put a more jacket on, like more protection.
Yeah, you're on concrete. You know, you're standing. All of a sudden, you know, some guy just rips his shirt off and
That's funny.
puts his hands up. I'm like, that's the guy that's going to get beat up.
Exactly.
Why'd you take your shirt off?
Already starting out wrong.
Yeah, don't take your shirt
Well,
off.
just slug him while he's taking his shirt off.
Yeah.
That's it's over with.
That's right. I'm going, man, what are we doing here? But anyway, a lot going on. The State Fair, the car show going on at the State Fair at the Auto Museum. And it's really different. I remember many, many years ago, I used to work the State Fair, and it was great because you had business cards and you had these little guest cards, and you were showing all these people the vehicles, and I'd sell a dozen or so vehicles right
That's
at the
pretty
State Fair.
sweet.
Now they don't allow that anymore. They don't want people selling
While they're there.
while people are there. They just want to greet them and hand them a brochure and tell them thanks for coming by. Not me. If I'm going to spend that time out there, I'm selling.
So there's no actual dealers out there doing that now.
Oh, they have representatives.
Gotcha.
Not so much dealers, but there are salespeople from different dealerships out there. I haven't checked to see how it is this year, but you know what was funny was they used to hire all these girls that look like Miss America out there, and they didn't know anything about the cars.
Yeah, but they didn't need to. They were beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, well, they'd stand up there on the rotating table, remember,
Point,
and
like
say, "This
Vanna.
is the all new, whatever, you know, Ford F-150," and then I'd say, "So, how many miles is available in?" Sir, the brochures are coming out. When's this vehicle coming out? You'll need to talk to one of the manufacturer representatives. You're going, wow, really? I never understood that. Let's get some people out there. I mean, you know, I guess they were good on the eyes and attracted people up there. But for me,
no doubt,
you know, I don't know. Let her just stand there like Vanna White and point her hands out and stuff. But I want to know about the vehicle. And I think that's where the salespeople are needed. But you got to have good quality, well-dressed people out there, you know, representing, you know, the product in themselves.
I haven't been out in so long. I don't even know what goes on out there anymore, to be honest with you.
And all the crazy food that's out there.
It's just so expensive and crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if you still pre-buy all the tickets.
You do. Everything's with tickets. Food, rides, everything. You buy the tickets. And most of the time, back in the day when I went, I'd come home with extra tickets. Going, all that money wasted.
I would always give them to some kid.
Yeah, well, you could do that.
When somebody was coming in the gate, I'd always hand them, here's a bunch of tickets, whatever. But you know, my favorite day to go when the State Fair was on was Senior Day.
Well, there's actually was 2 good days. They had a Dr. Pepper day. If you brought a Dr. Pepper bottle or can, got in for real cheap, or Senior Day, either way. But the Senior Day was good because then you could probably, you know, run faster than the next guy.
Well, the crowd was half.
Right, of course it was.
And there was a lot of EMTs and, you know, people helping the people go through in the wheelchairs. And, you know, it was just great. And I used to volunteer at a senior home. And so we'd go out there and you didn't have to worry about getting on rides or going through anything. It was always a very mild crowd, especially it was always on a Wednesday and you got there early in the day. And, man, you just have a day of it out there. Totally different setup. So anyway, and I wonder if Jason Long at Eldorado Chevrolet is participating.
Oh, they go every year.
Well, last year he won with that briefcase.
Yeah, I don't know if he doesn't have anything entered this year. I don't think.
Huh?
But I know they go. They go to all that stuff.
I'm surprised he doesn't build his own big techs. I mean, he can do everything else.
I'm sure he could if if somebody offered him enough money. I'm sure he'd have his own there in front of their dealership. Big techs right there.
Yeah. Well, once again, I did not make big techs this year. I did send in my audio. And they said, thank you. I was one of the finalists, but didn't get it. I don't understand. I just want to do it 1 year.
Well, show them. Give them a little
1
taste
year.
of it right now.
I just want to be that guy for 1 year. My brothers always said they want to get a corny dog and a beer.
Stand next to you.
Stand next to him and go, wow, that's my brother. And so it all started with a guy named Dennis, who was my board op. He was my producer, like Maddie.
Right.
And he goes, his name is Dennis Rounsley, and he goes, hey, do this. He goes, say, howdy, folks. And I did it one time. He goes, we're going to get you into big text.
All right.
I said, what do you mean? So I had to read a script and then turn it in, and then you do this bio, and I made the final 3, and that's as far as I've gotten. I've never made it past number 3.
Well,
a little disappointed. Maybe I need to slide him a little something.
Go
to the audition, just hand him an envelope.
Either that, or you could knock off the top 2. Beat him, like do the Nancy Kerrigan thing.
That's right.
Bang them upside the head, bust their lip where they can't do it.
You get that, what was it, that stick that slides out, that ride stick? But the guy that was Big Tex forever and ever, he was doing private parties, making money on his own, and they fired him.
Oh, yeah?
Because he put on all the garb, and he'd walk in, really? Folks, this is big.
Wasn't supposed to do all that.
No, you got to, everything goes through the fair.
Right.
And so, but he came back around, got the job back, and then about 3 years ago, they started these the yearly auditions, and I'm going just one time.
Well, we got Cindy says, Cindy Beauclair, good morning. She says senior day is now on Thursday. She thinks we actually can get the senior discount tickets now, Kurt.
Wow.
Boy, that hurt, didn't it?
It did. From my favorite day to I'm one of them.
Exactly.
But yeah, I wouldn't. I hadn't been to the state fair in probably 30 years.
It's been a while for me.
Maybe not that long. My daughter was young, and my wife and I took her out there, and it was so funny. Her friend went with her, and Melinda and Amanda see the Conquistador. Remember that? The boat?
Right.
So it's just swinging. It's slowing down. I said, hey, y'all ought to get on it. They had no idea that thing was going to loop around. I could hear Melinda screaming down the midway. It was outstanding. She got off that boat. She goes, I hate you. I'm dying laughing. I'm across over it. Whatever it was, I had to find a place to sit down. I was laughing so hard. And the guy goes, what's so funny? I said, that's my wife screaming.
Well,
I don't do rides. I just don't. They're not my gig.
Well, we took Graham out, I guess, maybe 5 years ago or something like that. And as we were walking in, there was already a scuffle. Nice. There was already people arguing and trying to fight. And we go, hey, here we go. Welcome to State Fair of Texas.
And no guns this year.
No, that's where I wouldn't go. I'm not going to go anywhere without my carry.
Yeah, they said they're not going to do it. So anyway, we got a great show coming up for you today. We're here today live, Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It Promise, right here on Highway 114 between Main Street and Texan Trail. And if you're looking for the deal, don't wait till the end of the year. Today's the day. With the feds dropping the rates, Ford's rocking and rolling. They've got great rates, grade 7, and they got a ton of inventory to get rid of by Monday. That's all to your advantage. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Melinda says that y'all took Colton when he was 3 on a Ferris wheel ride.
That was ugly.
I bet. I don't even like those myself.
So we get on the Ferris wheel, and they got this deal in the middle, and I'm holding on to it, and I got my head down. I'm not even looking up. And there was another couple with their kid on there, and they asked Melinda if I was okay. It was ugly.
I don't like rides like that.
And then you get to the top, and they stop it, and they start letting people off and on.
Was it the regular one or the double one?
The big one.
The double Ferris wheel one? the regular one. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And I'm just, we get to the top, and I kind of look out the corner of my eye.
It's called the Texas Star.
I'm out. The thing got to the bottom, and I was like,
get me out of here.
I'm that way.
I don't like heights. You and I are both the same on that. I don't like heights.
I just have feeling that it's going to detach and start rolling through Dallas.
Well, first of all, you can also know that it's truth that a lot of these rides have accidents.
Well, let me tell you, I took all the employees from the bar to the state fair, and I look over my shoulder, and the monorail is detaching, and one of my bartenders is in it.
Oh, wow.
Ron Pinion.
Oh.
And that thing crashed down into the some of the food stands. A few people got killed. Him and
wow.
I can't remember, his girlfriend were rushed to the hospital. He was in the hospital for a long time.
Really?
We were there.
Yeah, I don't trust that stuff.
No.
Cindy says we went a few years back, rode the train down and back, and was not the same. The atmosphere, the train ride was scary. The fair was fun, expensive for sure. The Texas State Fair was my husband and I's first date. How about that? 1982.
Wow. That man had been putting up with Cindy since 1982. But let me tell you, Cindy,
no wonder he has to have CBD.
Cindy is large and in charge, and she takes no prisoners.
She sure is.
Wow.
Sweetheart, though. Hard worker.
She is. Love her to death. She's been a dear friend of mine since 1975.
I thought she was going to take a stick of dynamite and put on that door at that school that day to get in.
Oh, she was going to break. She was going to get in her car and just break right through. We're going to get in that building.
That was a trip.
And she's screaming at them ladies. They didn't speak a lick of English. All
and
they
just
saw was a
looking
mad woman.
We were waving at them like SOS or whatever. And they just looking at us like we're at this, like we're like animals at a zoo.
George Patrick said, "Never make Cindy mad." I like, heck no, don't make Cindy mad.
Yeah, I never.
You wouldn't put her in the quiet and reserve box.
Oh no, yeah, not when you're picking. That's if you want some noise, that's who you want to bring with you.
Yeah.
I never really rode rides at the fair anyway, and I never rode them at Six Flags.
What you did was you took your girlfriend to the Cave of Spelunkers, and then you made out in the Cave of
Well,
Spelunkers.
you did those kind of things.
Yeah.
That stuff. That's different. But
candy apple and a merry-go-round set.
Mm-hmm.
But all that stuff that goes, I remember my girlfriend talked me into getting in that spindle top.
Really?
And it spun real fast and the floor dropped out.
No,
I was like, what are we doing here?
I got on that one time. It was the last time, too.
She loved all the rides. And then she goes,
because it kept you with the force.
Yeah.
And you going like, man, there ain't nothing down below.
I had to do that parachute thing, and it got stuck for a minute. And she's like, isn't this cool, man? I am not. But you had to be cool because it was your girlfriend,
well,
you know?
Sure, you had that. Cool.
Remember, they had the Big Ben. And it was the first really fast roller coaster other than the mine train. And, oh, my gosh, I hated it. I hated every bit of it.
And that tilt-a-whirl thing, or those things that just keep turning around.
Oh, yeah. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get it either. Why do I want to get on this thing, get my whole equilibrium and stomach upset?
Yeah, not good.
Screw the whole fair the rest of the day? Nah, I'm out.
She said, what do you want to do? I went to Cave of Spelunkers.
We'll go around there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I bought extra tickets for that one.
Yeah, I just never, I don't know. I enjoyed the canoe ride with the Indian.
Yeah.
LaSalle's Adventure. I remember all my brothers were on a canoe. We decided to go a different route. That guy goes, we can't do this. He's like, got 5 big guys in the deal. We're like, buddy, we're going to take you on our route. And he goes, y'all are going to get me fired. No, just blame us. We pulled up there security.
That's funny.
We kept going by the other people in the canoe, and you hit your paddle in the water and spray them pretty good. We're rebels.
It's going to be pretty out there today.
214-787-1190 is the number. We're here today live, Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. And they are stacked deep and selling them cheap here today. The inventory is huge. They've got so much inventory, they got an overflow lot, which means huge savings for you. If you go to grapevineford.com, that's grapevineford.com, check out all their specials, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. And here's the thing, trade-in values are up. They're up, and they're seeing the numbers. I was talking to my buddy David Gomez last night on the telephone, and he's the managing partner of Highly Accurate Fort Worth. And I was talking to him, and I said, "Hey, what's going on with residuals?" And he said, "They're buying them." And he said, "They're doing a lot of them at Highly Accurate Fort Worth." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yep, they come in. We have to buy the residual and then sell it back to them. We have to run it through the service, get it inspected to make sure that the car's not damaged. It hadn't been wrecked. We're not selling them a problematic vehicle. And then we finance back to them what the residual was plus the inspection." I was like, "How many are you doing?" He goes, "A bunch." And then you take a look at what's going on in this crazy world that we're living in right now. And a lot of people are playing it safe because they got the vehicle new and they know everything about it. They've been maintaining it and taking care of it. So they're going, "Well, I know the car. It's a good car, and I'm just going to keep it." And a lot of people are doing that right now. I was shocked. So I started calling more dealers going, "Hey, how many of these cars are you buying the residual and selling them back?" And one of the guys told me last month they did 30.
Well, we're looking at that.
I went 30. He said, "We took 30 lease returns. We had to buy it from them, send it through service, because if that car's been, wrecked or problems and they sell it back to you and it becomes problematic, there was lawsuits." So like, hang on, time out. We're not doing this anymore. Before we do anything, we're going to send it back to service and put it up on the rack and check this thing out completely to make sure that you haven't wrecked it. There's not damage, unforeseen damage, things that we didn't know to take care of. And because used to, in the day, you just walked in and said, "Hey, I want to buy the residual," and they financed it for you. Most of it was done directly with the manufacturer. They'd send you the paperwork with the payments and, what the terms and everything were. You just signed it and sent it back, kept making payments. Well, now it's different. You take that residual and the dealer would buy the residual, the remaining amount, and finance that for you after they purchased it from you, because you got to pay tax, title, and license on it again, running through service. And then some people wanted it certified. So they had to make sure that it was qualified to be certified, where you got that additional warranty on it, and then you were good to go. So times have changed. Most of the time when I was running dealerships, is they handed you the keys and got another vehicle.
Right.
And the payment most of the time then stayed the same, if not less. And it's different with the unknown of the presidency coming up in November. A lot of people are going, "Well, I'm just going to play it safe." And so for you, the consumer, by them playing it safe, it's good for you, because those 2 and 3 year old cars, that's the hot spot right now. That's the honey hole. That's where the money is. And so they're getting these cars in 2 to 3 years old with low mileage. They've been serviced at the dealer. They know everything about it. And those cars sell really, really quick because they got a clean Carfax, one owner, and they've got all the records and maintenance and everything on it. It's so easy to go to consumer going, "Hey, this was a lease return. All the service was done here. The car's never been wrecked. One owner, clean car. It's certified. Boom, done." And what a peace of mind for you, the consumer, to know that person leased it, serviced it there, and then got another vehicle.
So what do they usually do on a CPO as far as the warranty?
They take it up to 100,000 miles on the powertrain on some.
Okay.
They add an additional warranty on it, less wearables.
I gotcha, of course.
And on the certification, they bring it up to as close to new standard as possible. All the tires have to match. They have to have so much tread on the brakes. I mean, you go through it, it's better than passing a state inspection, because they don't go by the minimum, they go by the maximum.
Right, I gotcha.
To make sure that you've got a vehicle that is straight and stand up, and you're not going to get it and then put a fortune into it later. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. So it works out. If you've got that 2-3 year old car that you're looking to do something with, that's where the money is. I was appraising cars the other day, and a gentleman brought me a car. We took a look at it in July, and it was worth $2,200 more.
Wow.
He goes, "Hang on a second. We're going up. We're not going down." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, that's the number you gave me at the end of July." And I'm like, "Merry Christmas."
There you go.
He goes, "You'll really give me that number?" I said, "I've got a buyer for your car right now." And he goes, why is that? And I said, buddy, you're sitting on the honey hole. Those cars are, and it doesn't even matter the make or model. People, they're buying those cars up.
Yes.
I'm watching them at auction, and they're going across above MMR again, which is Manheim Market Report. So you see a car, the MMR on the car was $22,000, and I hear 22.2, 22.5, 23. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So all the publications that you're reading about are going, well, and they'll tell you, if you look at wholesale prices, wholesale is down whatever percent. Let me just tell you, forget wholesale prices. I don't know where they come up with these numbers. I don't even know why they publish it. And for the consumers that are really on their game, that are doing a lot of research and study, they're going, oh, wait a minute here. Wholesale prices are down. I'm going to lose. You're not going to lose. If you have a car that is in good shape, give it a bath, vacuum it out, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised what you're going to get, especially going into the last part of the year. So Q4 is on us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got October, November, December. That's it. And there's not going to be this big end of the year blitz. Let me tell you, they're going to be pushing cars so hard this next month, October, leading up to election.
Well, that's all I see on the news is car commercials, football games, car commercials. I mean, one right after another.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. Have you noticed that?
Yo, the inventory is up. They're right under 3 million vehicles.
25s are out.
Yep.
24s are still here. So they're in that transitional time too.
Got to go mode.
Yeah. Got to move it.
Yep. We want all these cars down the road motors. And things are changing drastically, and they're changing quick, especially with the feds coming in and dropping the rate. Once the feds came in and dropped, I thought it was going to be a quarter point. It was a half point, and then the dealers started changing quickly.
Right, of course.
Because there's so many great lease programs out there. And
they might even get better as they get into,
they are.
Into October.
Yeah. I mean, today, I think you're going to see so much moving with the paper and pen to move inventory like we haven't seen in many, many months.
Plus, weather's good. Gets people out, want to do something. You know, they're feeling good about the weather changing and makes them a little more motivated. And they go like, man, you know, hey, Paw, it's time to go check out another vehicle.
Yeah.
It's feeling good. Let's go take a ride.
And there's so much cool stuff out there right now for sale. I mean, look behind us. You want to see something cool.
Man.
How about a 2024 Raptor Bronco?
I wonder if I could show. You want to try to see if I can point the camera over there and let them check it out?
Yeah, I posted it on my.
Watch the screen here.
Yeah, I posted it on my Facebook page, and it is something special. Looky there. Now that is a beast. Yeah, you can see it. It looks like a monster machine coming through the screen. It is unbelievable. A Raptor Bronco, and it's got the ultimate paint job on it. It's got the ultimate everything on it. So somebody needs to come and buy this, and then give it to Kurt for Christmas. That would be the ultimate Christmas present. We got a whole lot more coming up. Phone lines are open, 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver, live today. Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What's that? Those movies that have all those big vehicles, like it's out in the, they're usually like a desert-like thing, and they got all these vehicles that are like Mad Max. Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Those movies, Mad Max movies, like that. That's what that looks like. That thing. Is there anything that thing wouldn't go through?
Oh, I don't think so. Plus, it's got the Raptor motor in it. I mean, you got a V8 in that bad boy. 6.2.
That'd probably survive the hurricane, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd take my chances.
Yeah, I'd get in it, get out of my house and hunker down in that sucker.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's a bad boy.
Yeah,
I can't imagine what the sticker on that.
Would you even want to know?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to ask somebody.
I'm going to say.
Actually, I bet
what's
I
your
could,
guess?
115.
I'm going to say 120.
Okay. I guarantee I could call Chaz, the managing partner, and he'd let me drive that. Guarantee you he would. Chaz loves me.
Well, I want to ride too.
I'll fill it up between here and the house twice.
Exactly.
But that is that's a beast.
Like to thank everybody.
It didn't get any beastier.
No, that is a hunk.
Well, we got quite a few people. MJ Craig.
Yeah,
we got Dave Martin.
Psycho Dave.
Psycho Dave.
And my cousin Heath McClendon and his racing team is going to be at Texas Motor Speedway next weekend.
Really?
Yeah, they're a sprint car. So he's saying that. Good morning, cuz. Big race coming up next weekend at Texas Motor Speedway, 305 and 410 sprint car. Oh, it's 305 and 410 sprint cars. Deborah Gonzalez. Good morning to you too.
They have the good guys this weekend out at Texas
Motor
Speedway, and they said the amount of cars there, they've never seen this many.
Well, it's pretty weekend number one. I know that I believe Ty was out there, and I think even Will and them were out there.
Yes, they were.
Good morning, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate that. It's a great Saturday morning here in North Texas, here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And we are on Talk Radio 1190 in the Metroplex. You can check that out at the iHeartMedia app, or you can join us as you're doing now on our social media sites.
You always like with a little chill in the air when you get up in the morning.
Oh, it's nice.
I bet you were shivering.
Well, I'm not a cold weather guy, but it was okay. I wasn't like shivering, but
I'm in shorts and a polo, and
another 10 degrees
up for the blizzard.
Well, a lot of times these dealerships are cold in here. It's comfortable. I'm comfortable.
Well, I got a little extra insulation.
Well, I didn't want to say that on the air. But you're kind of losing it, sort of. Oh. But so it's a beautiful day, and Cowboys look miserable Thursday night. This team is pitiful.
Yeah, flip a coin on who cared about that game.
Well, they're pitiful. Then you got their two big starting defensive guys that are going to be out for 2 or 3 weeks, and they can't even stop the run against the Giants.
Nope.
They're done.
Yeah, well, they better straighten up pretty quick, or Zimmer's going to be gone. Chili Dog.
He should have already been gone.
They should have fired him and let him open up the driver's door for Dak and gone down the road together.
I sent you that picture of the Jerry Jones saying, "We can't afford Derrick Henry." Of course, he ran for almost 300 yards against the Cowboys. Crazy. This team is pitiful.
But you can pay an unproven quarterback
$250 million, and it's going to be the worst decision.
$60 million a year. Unbelievable. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Like to welcome our newest sponsor, Classic Buick GMC of Arlington. Our buddy Jermaine is ready to go, and I got to tell you, they got great inventory from full line of Buicks to the ultimate Denali series there at Classic Buick GMC of Arlington. And they've got the $849 lease special on the Hummer. And I've always told you that, you know what, electric is doesn't fit my lifestyle, but I got to tell you, after driving that Hummer, I could go a different direction on it. It is quite the vehicle. So you have different levels depending on how many electric motors you want on it, and it will get you from A to Z very, very quickly. Big, roomy. I mean, just think. I think it weighs like 10,000 pounds, 1,000 pounds of torque, 1,000 horsepower. I mean, it's just a monster. The place, Classic Buick GMC of Arlington. Going to see my buddy Jermaine, and he has got huge discounts. I mean, huge discounts. In fact,
and you can actually get to him at classicarlington.com.
Yeah, he's got $9,000 off of Yukon XLs, $9,000 off. No games or gimmicks. They don't put all the was-is or the fake markdowns when you go to buy a true 9,000 off 4.9 for 72 months on all 2024 2025 Sierra HDs. That's 2,500 and 3,500 and $7,000 off, or 0% for 36 months on all Sierras, and a whole lot more. The place, Classic Buick at GMC of Arlington. See our buddy Jermaine, the sales manager there. He joined us a few weeks ago on the show, and let him take care of your Buick GMC needs. At Classic of Arlington.
Classic Arlington. It's classicarlington.com.
I wonder what com means.
I don't know. It's what it is with everything, unless it's a government
It's got to
thing.
mean something, though.
I don't know. I guess it's sort of like a similar.
What does the
email.
com mean in .com, Maddie?
It's the way to connect.
Maddie's not there.
She's already
Maddie's
there.
gone. She just hits a button and leaves us. I'm not feeling the love. So we got to figure out what that is in .com. What that, it's got to have a meaning.
I think it's the way it connects to the World Wide Web.
I know, but it's still got to stand for something. They just didn't put com for nothing.
I would say communication.
I was going to say the same thing.
Kind of
I think
makes
it's short
sense,
for
doesn't
communication.
it? You would think something
Yeah.
to that magnitude.
There we go.
If anybody knows has got a sharp mind out there besides us, let us know.
Somebody more up to date.
Yeah, somebody's still more technically inclined.
That's right. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. I got a topic. I'm trying to hold off on doing it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I
You want to tease it for later? Can you give it a little bit of? Or no.
Yeah. Does the name of a vehicle
Excite you to buy it or not?
push you away or intrigue you?
Well, why don't we do that? Why don't you tell them when we're going to do that? 9 o'clock hour?
Yeah, let's do it top of the
All
hour.
right. So the question is, does the name of the vehicle entice you to buy it or distract you from buying it? That's the deal, right?
Yeah, we did this a couple of years ago, and we did a survey. We sent out all these names
So you're going to tell
and
them now?
asking people, would you buy a vehicle that was named this? And I was pretty surprised by some of the responses.
Well, we'll
So
see.
we'll see what the listeners
Yeah,
have
that'd
this
be
year.
nice.
Yeah. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. So here's my prediction. Porsche, they had talked about going all out, all in.
All out and all in? Which is it, all out or all in?
Well, they're back in, but they're going to be back out. 100% of their inventory would be electric. Well, we know now that that's not going to be the case as of yet.
So let me get this straight. If they're all in, that means they were going all EV.
Right,
But now they're not all in now, so they're kind of some out.
right.
Okay, I got you.
So,
Kind of like if you're on the wagon or off the wagon.
yeah, I'm just looking at, they have the Taycan, they have the Cayenne, they have the Macon and the Panamera, the 911.
The Macon, that sounds like a name brand of a bacon. Did you get your Macon bacon today?
My what?
Macon bacon? That's the name of the brand, right?
That used to be a good slogan.
I know.
So anyway, they said, well, hang on a second here. We're going to offer a few models that are still going to be ICE cars, internal combustion engines, gas cars. And I'm going, I'm really curious out of all, in fact, Ferrari said it's going to enter the EV space with a new supercar, which is really ugly. In fact, there it is right there. The new Ferrari.
I don't think it's that bad looking.
I think it's ugly. I think the front end, everybody's going to the same front. That looks like the front end of the Honda.
Yeah, I see that.
The wheels.
And of course, how much is that vehicle?
Oh, no telling.
A little bit more than a Honda Civic.
I don't know. I think maybe
About 100,000 more. 50, 60.
semi close. So they're coming out. When you look at it, Ferrari's got a heck of a lineup. A lot of people don't realize they have the electric supercar. They haven't announced. It's going to come out. This one, they're looking at $535,000. Then they have the
Did you say actually 530,000?
The Personigue. Then they have the 12-cylinder Speedster, the 296 GTB and the GTS, SF90 XX Stradale, the Roma, the V12 Ferrari Cylindri. I just, you know what? When I think Lamborghini and Ferrari and Porsche, McLaren, I think here we go.
Off the charts with their quality and whatever, right?
These are incredible cars, which I've driven every one of them. The Lamborghini guys my size don't belong in Lamborghinis because you got to roll out of them. A little embarrassing, so you got to get somewhere where no one's there yet to get in and out. I cannot look cool getting out of a Lamborghini. I just can't do it. The new Corvettes,
have a
they
couple
made
guys
it bigger,
grab
so
you out. I can grab
you know the big guys can drive the Corvettes now. The Porsches, I got a couple of big buddies that can get in and out of the Porsches easily because of the new design on the cab and the interior. But I just couldn't believe it that Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, there's a few others said, hey, let's go all electric. I don't get it. It for me, so takes away everything Pino Ferrari stood for when he started building and designing cars. And they said, well, you got to catch up with the times. That is so not true. I don't have to catch up with anything.
Right.
I just don't understand it. And so I'm
and
hoping.
well, the problem is, what are the times? I mean, that's in itself sort of a
what
question.
does that mean? Get with the times. I've never understood that comment. Get with the times.
Well, I guess it's.
I don't want to get with the times. If you look where the times are now, they're not that good.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
And when the times were back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the early 2000s, those were the great times. You could walk around your neighborhood and feel fine. You get on a bus and feel okay. You get on the subway, not a problem. Now, the times have so dramatically changed. You know, I was asked the other day if I'd pick up a hitchhiker. I said, are you nuts?
Yeah. And it's a sad.
Did you ever hitchhike?
I've never hitchhiked. I have picked up hitchhiker, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I would not do it now. Just too unsafe.
Yeah, I had buddies that used to hitchhike down to the coast.
Yeah.
Every summer. The first day of summer, man, it was thumbs out on 45. And
all the way down
they hitched a ride all the way to the beach. Yeah. And I said, what are y'all going to do? We're going to roll up our stuff, put it on our back, and we're going to head back to Dallas. And they did, and they loved it. In fact, Ralph Paul hitchhiked all the way from Ohio to California.
I know. We got to go
to Tahoe. I don't want to go.
He's trying to wind us down.
See, Maddie, I've asked two questions, and now you come in and tell me to get off air. 214.
I'm just giving you a friendly 30 seconds.
Friendly.
214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver, live today, Grapevine Ford. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I would. Besides that, I don't even know who's in this country anymore. I mean, all the.
Well, if you're watching the news, 13,900 and something murderers they just identified.
I saw that. Identified.
Did you see who went to the border yesterday for the first time?
Oh, the czar. The czar went down there.
Yeah, first time ever.
They got that handled though.
They said, "Have you been to the border?" She goes, "I haven't been to Europe either." I'm like, "Well, there's a brilliant answer."
Beautiful.
And what does she say now? What do you think about this? Well, coming from a middle class. Being part of a middle class, I'm like, stop it. You really, really need to stop it.
Well, we're about 6 weeks away? Close?
Okay. We have an answer.
Well, Charles Davis says .com stands for commercial for e-commerce on the web.
A .com is an abbreviation for commercial. It's in reality, it's just the most popular domain extension that is available to anyone, where .edu is for education or .gov is for the government.
Right. Mm-hmm. But it's a connecting device. That's really what it is. It connects you that way. And it's the same way with your emails. At BoCarver@hotmail.com, or whatever. And then those if it's Hotmail or Google, or not Google, but Gmail or whatever, those are the suppliers of those emails, but it's still connected to .com. I've never seen anything that didn't have a dot something on the end of it. That's how it's connected somehow. Guess what's on the radio in here?
Wow, I can't get back on.
Uh-oh, let me see. Well, there could be a reason because I had a issue. You're on the Automotive Edge already. You're not going to your personal page. You're up. See, I have you on here. Where are you at? Oh, well, you're not getting a signal for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get off for? You don't get much. Well, I'll hook you up to the internet here if I can get you on here. Where's the settings?
One of the great bands of all time.
It is the best. All right.
Yeah, I think I'll take the 5.0 Mustang and the Raptor Bronco today.
Be ready to go, huh?
Yeah, I think I'll be happy with that. And I'm not a big red guy, but I'd take that red right there.
It's pretty.
I'd take it.
All right, I think it'll be good now.
Thanks, Maddie.
Let's go. There we go. Quit jacking with your phone. So what happened is I had to share your phone to the Automotive Edge because I accidentally did it on shifting gears instead of the Automotive Edge.
Oh.
So this phone right there is on the Automotive Edge.
Got it. Thanks so much for joining us. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. And we've already been here an hour.
Fine, I got to raise this up a little. You're cutting your head off.
That's all right. I got a big head.
But you lean over a lot, so it probably doesn't matter.
Hey, this segment of the show is brought to you by Driver's Edge Auto Repair, great sponsor of the Automotive Edge radio show going on this November, 21 years. It's been a great partnership. When it comes to servicing your car, you only want the service that's needed. All this preventative stuff that is so far down the road is not needed. You don't need a 75,000-mile check at 50,000 miles. And a lot of times I hear people call me going, hey, they want to do this, this, and this to the vehicle. I'm like, why? Unless you drive really, really hard, you put excessive wear and tear on it, you don't need that. You don't need to be 10, 15,000 miles ahead of a regularly scheduled maintenance unless you really drive the vehicle that hard, and it needs to be done sooner. And remember, the most important part of your vehicle are your tires. And at Driver's Edge Auto Repair, they now take care of tires, matching and beating the most pricing out there in today's market. Give them a shout. If you go to mydriversedge.com, that's mydriversedge.com, you'll find over 20 locations here in the DFW area to help you with your service. It's a great time. Beat the cold. And, here in Texas, we get maybe a month or two of really cold weather. But go ahead and get started today. Make your appointment. And when you look at their coupons, they're not upsell coupons, meaning they're real coupons. They're really used for that service. A lot of times you see all these big discount coupons and when you get upsold, well, it's only for this, that, or that. Never at Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Then they put a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty on all mechanical repairs. So start online today at mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com for a location nearest you. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. Remember, if you're buying a pre-owned car and you want to get it checked out, make the phone call. $35, check it before you buy it. And they're going to take care of headlight to tail light to make sure that you're buying a good bucket of bowls. The place, mydriversedge.com. So another topic we're going to talk about is giveaways. The crazy giveaways in the auto industry that are going on right now to entice you to come in and drive a car.
You mean like some kind of product?
Yeah.
Like come get a handbag or a travel bag?
There's a product out right now, blew me away. They're giving away to entice people to come in and look at the
just
vehicle.
To look.
Just to look.
And what is it?
I ain't going to tell. I ain't going to tell. That's coming up. When I saw it, I went, that is
well, they're reaching, I guess. They want you to drive these vehicles. I mean.
Yep. A couple of months we're talking about it. It's less than a month away, and that's the Custom Car Show and Barbecue Cook-Off.
Oh, yeah.
El Dorado Chevrolet, right there at 380 and 75 on October 19th. And this is a certified competition. It's one of the big bad boys in the US of A.
Yeah.
Where you get to come out as the Outlaw Barbecue Association, and all the money goes to fallen public safety officers, police, and firefighters, and the Guns and Hoses Foundation of North Texas. And we have been a part of that for, 10 plus years. And KP, my good buddy out there at El Dorado Chevrolet, one of the fleet managers, heads this thing up every year, and it's outstanding. So put that on your calendar. $5,000 payoff if you want to be one of the barbecuees. Otherwise, they're going to have a car show. Our buddy Ty Gentman's going to have a couple of vehicles out there.
I wonder if Will will bring something.
I don't know. I don't know if Will's coming out.
They should.
That's a haul for him.
Well, they don't do that on Saturdays anyway.
I know. Trailer it.
Yeah.
He can do it. Get one of them big rigs and throw it in the back of it.
Yeah, hook a big trailer behind his bus and then stay the night.
That's right. There you go.
See, that's what I'd do.
You're thinking out loud. You're thinking good. Anyway, put that on your calendar. October 19th, El Dorado Chevrolet, 380 and 75, Custom Car Show and Barbecue Cook-Off. Guaranteed $5,000 payout. That'll make you put some ribs on that
Maybe we should cook some ribs.
Wow.
They wouldn't pay us because we're not qualified to win, but
yeah, it's pork spare ribs, chicken breast, and beans.
So, are they 3 different competitions, or is
3
that
different categories?
Okay.
Yeah, I like beans.
I do too. I'm a bean eater.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good pot of beans when it starts getting chilly.
You know why they only put 239 beans in a can of beans?
Why?
Because if they added one more, it'd be 240.
Wow. Okay, let's keep rolling. Did you get that one, Maddie?
Did you get it? If they added one more bean, they'd be 240.
One more bean, you'd be farting?
Yeah.
What?
They'd be 240.
Are you saying 240 is like 240, like 40?
Yeah, 240.
That's a dad joke.
It's like that Peyton Manning commercial. Painting or Peyton? Are you saying painting or Peyton?
Painting. Painting, Manning. Yes, painting. Correct.
No doubt about it. Yeah, you know what's going to be nice? It looks like all the way they did the 10-day forecast. It looks like it's going to be
pretty sweet.
Nice for a long time.
Yes. We need rain, but I'll go with that
1
rain
minute.
When it's nice. Well, it's 1 minute already.
It's nice, all the dew on the ground when you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's take a quick break. When we get back, what would entice you to go to a dealership and just test drive a car?
And the next top of the hour when we get back.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Thanks, everybody, for being a part of the Automotive Edge radio show this morning here on Talk Radio 1190 AM KFXR. We're here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. And today we're at Grapevine Ford in Grapevine, Texas, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. And we're also, if you're tuning in, which a lot of you are already, listening to me on our social media sites, the Automotive Edge Radio Show Facebook page, Shifting Gears Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn at Kurt Chase LinkedIn page, and we're on YouTube. And so you can be a part of all of that on our social media sites and on my personal page, both of my personal pages. So tune in, tell everybody about us, and let them know that we're here to try to help them with all their automotive needs, or whether they're buying, selling, trading, parts, service, any of those kind of things, body work. We're here to help. You can also, if you're wanting to know if you have a vehicle that you'd like to know what it's worth, try to sell it or trade it, you can go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. And then put in your phone number. Click on Ask Kurt. Put in your phone number in there and just say, "Hey, Kurt, give me a call," and he'll give you a call and help you out with that. So be sure and don't let anything get away from you with your automotive needs, because it's changes on almost a weekly basis. So we don't want you to lose any kind of dollars or anything that would be out there for you to be lost.
Did you say good morning to Charles Benjamin?
I didn't see it.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't see it yet. Oh, wow. Good morning to everyone, though. I may try to talk my brother and going out and seeing my cousin race next Saturday night at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Be kind of fun.
Can you get us some pit crew tickets?
I think he could probably work that out. I'm going to ask him about that.
And that's out of TMS?
Yeah. Be fun. Would you go?
Pretty cool.
Would you go?
Oh, yeah. Well, sprint cars, man, I remember growing up on those things. My dad, I remember going out and seeing the Flying Frenchman. I'll never forget it out there in Grand Prairie at the track.
Nothing's better than those dirt track races.
And there was another one called Shady McQuarter, something like that. Cool names. I mean,
right.
Back then, like AJ Foy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they had cool names back then.
Well, some of those NASCAR racers, they like those sprint cars too.
Oh, they do.
A lot of them probably started like that. They're fun to watch, that's for sure.
Hey, Cameron, what's the MSRP on that?
Well, we way over. I said 120. There you go.
What'd I tell you?
Let's go to the beach. Hey, let's drive it down to Galveston. Just take off. Just get in after the show and just go. Leave our vehicles here for the weekend.
Yeah, you fire that bad boy up.
They know you're coming, don't they?
Yeah. There'll be no gray area with that.
Pretty sweet ride, though.
96 G's.
Well,
that's not bad. I thought it was 115.
I said 120. I mean, it looks worth 120.
It looks cool.
When you look at some of those, what's those? I don't know. What do you call them?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Hummers.
Yeah.
And then what the price of those are?
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking maybe on the same line.
Yep.
Those are all the Hummers are EVs, all right?
That is correct. It's the only way you can get them. And I tell you what, that $849 a month lease, they're doing really, really well with that.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw two of my buddies called me and said, "Hey, we
for those Hummers."
Yeah, I mean, you're $100,000 rig for $849 a month, 3-year lease.
Yeah, I can see that.
I said, "So is that your primary car?" No, it's just a weekend car. I went, "Wait a minute, you're leasing a car for $8?" Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I got to drive it.
So, well, I'm looking at leasing another vehicle, but it's not going to be one of the Hummers.
No. I have no need. That would be a want on that vehicle.
Is there a lot of things that you really want anymore?
I
know you got something coming that you want.
No.
That you don't really need. But that thing's going to be a bad boy.
Yeah, there's no.
And I'm going to be decked all in purple when you get it. I'm going to have my Bowman High School Royal Purple shirt on.
Yeah.
Whole thing. I'm going to promote it at my school.
1 minute.
You want to just take it back to Beaumont?
Yeah. You want to let me drive it there?
Yeah, take it to Beaumont.
Yeah, drive it down there. Parking on Royal Purple Boulevard.
Is there Royal Purple Boulevard?
I got a picture of it. It says
no way.
I do.
Royal Purple Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can find it here.
The school's not even standing anymore, is
No,
it?
it's gone.
Wow.
Let's see if I can find it here.
So did y'all
30
work
seconds.
with tablets and chisels? How did y'all
Yeah.
write back then?
Big Chief notebooks all the way through the senior high school. It would let us
Big
do
old number
that.
3 pencils.
Yeah, exactly. The big erasers on the end.
Well, I remember we went from number 3s or whatever they call them giant ones to number 2. We thought that was a deal.
Raw
No.
purple drive.
Wow.
Check that out, huh?
Good morning, Edward. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Got a nice group following us today.
Hello, this is your pilot speaking. We're currently taxiing out to the runway, getting ready for takeoff. I don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
Morning, Dave Philbeck.
Well, top of the morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we can help.
Ooh.
Don't go it alone if you don't want to. This was a huge week for the Automotive Edge Radio Show. 19 people took delivery of their vehicles all the way up to last night. And congratulations to Hannah and to Corey, to Richard, to Micah, Philip. I can't remember all 19. There was a family. They're having triplets.
Wow.
And picked up their getting their Sienna van. And had a couple of people. I posted, I drove the new Camry 2025 XLE hybrid. And boy, did I get a bunch of response on that. 2 people are actually going over to see the car today.
Which one car is that again?
On my Facebook, I test drove the Freeman Toyota there at on the affordable side of the Metroplex. Put me in a Camry.
That's a sweet ride.
XLE hybrid, and I drove that vehicle for the day. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, get this. I'm going down the tollway at 75 miles an hour, and I'm getting 40.4 miles to the gallon.
Crazy, huh?
The whole time. I didn't go under 75.
Well, that's the route that things should have gone in the first place. And I want to sidebar here just a second. David Philbeck, Edward Phil, is by what he goes by. He's just saying that they have no electricity in where he's at, South Carolina. And I want to send a shout out to all the people in Florida that just had to go through this crazy storm that moved in.
Well, Florida, Georgia,
they're circling around. Did you know
Carolinas,
it's not going out to the Atlantic? It's
Kentucky.
coming back into the inward to South Carolina,
God
North
bless all of
Carolina.
them. That's tough
And,
stuff. 1.4 million without electricity.
Yeah, and there's a lot of deaths. So it came through pretty hard. So our hearts and prayers go out.
They said
to
the surge was 20 foot.
I know.
20 foot. I can't even comprehend what that means.
It's like a tidal wave.
So I reached out to my buddies out in Fort Myers and Naples. They're without electricity.
Yeah.
And
who knows how long they'll be out with those kind of things that's happened, and the rain and the winds and stuff like that, tearing stuff up. And
yeah,
those things get pretty dangerous.
Over 13,000 linemen.
Wow.
Going to town out there trying to get everything restored. So God bless each and every one of you out there. Our prayers are definitely with everybody that, that storm came on quick.
Category 4 hit it at Category 4.
Yeah, and it went through there. They said the blessing was that it went through so quick.
Right.
But like you said, now it's not going away. It's kind of circling around.
Well, most of the times those storms go out in the Atlantic. They move off to the east and go out in the Atlantic and maybe reboot or whatever, and then they're going out.
Yeah.
But this thing circled around to the left. Came back inward all these people are getting it. And so that's what's happening.
I've always asked my buddy, why do you still live there? He goes, because I love Florida. I love it. Going, wow. Because he had a Cadillac that I was going to get from him, and he sent me the picture, and it was on in the garage floating a few years back.
Wow.
Just bought his wife a new Audi. It was floating.
Which brings up the fact, and I know we were going to talk about something else, but it comes to mind that you got to realize when you go to buy a used vehicle where some of these cars might be coming from.
Yeah.
And that's because of they are out there. And if you don't know what you're buying, and we talk about it a lot on this show, that you see a car advertised or something and somebody's selling it and it's way less than what it should be, you might want to get some eyes on that vehicle. And the best person to do that is Kurt Chase. All you got to do is go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and say, I'm looking at this used vehicle that somebody's selling, and I'd like to have a set of eyes on it. And if you don't, you might be buying something that's coming from South Carolina or Florida. So just know that. That's a fact.
Hey, Dave, how are you,
buddy? That is a fact.
The great David Klett coming by. Yeah, you know what? Those cars are going to make their way over.
Sure they will.
You know, here's the thing is that every time those floods and storms and everything hit, a bunch of these people, they don't want to file it on their insurance. People come along and buy them, dry them out, clean them up, and they make their way all the way from the East Coast to Texas, or from South Texas to North Texas. You know, is one of the car capitals of the world, and so why not bring it to Texas and sell it?
Absolutely.
And they look at it.
Well, the thing about it is too is you don't think, because we haven't had any floods here in Texas.
Right.
So you don't think in your mind that car could be from Florida or some of these other places that's been through the floods. You just go like, hey, here it is. It's in Texas. There's been no floods. So it couldn't be a problem.
Yep.
And yet it came. And if you don't think they can bring a car from Florida to here to sell it to you, you might want to rethink that thinking.
Or it's been a couple of years. There hadn't been any flooding or rain. So let's go ahead and buy the car. But when was the last time we saw a flood? Well, how long did it take to dry that car out and clean it up?
Correct.
Yeah. So it's a big difference that, you know, just because it doesn't mean it's a good rig.
And if you don't know,
you wouldn't believe how many vehicles that we look at all the time that we go, hang on a second here. And you know what? I had one of them ask me, when was the last time it rained? Well, who cares?
Well, it rained pretty big down in Florida just here the last couple of days. And
that's all right. You need to come if you get a chance. Do you have help over there today? You have help over there today? Okay. We'll be talking about you anyway. All right, buddy. You bet. My old boss, David Klett, general manager at the Lincoln store next door, stopped by to say hello while we're on
is
there.
He also one of the ones that fired you?
Yeah, he fired me. But anyway, we're looking at the vehicle, and the lady says, when was the last time it rained? I said, well, let me just tell you something. When you have certain people that buy 30, 40, 50 of these cars that have been flooded, they're going to take their good time drying them out and cleaning them up, making sure they run and slow. Plus, I got to get all the titles and filter them back into the marketplace.
Well, even if it took 6 or 8 months, which is probably what might do, because I don't think they want to just slam them here. They're going to they got to get them, put them together, get them over here. And then nobody's going to, most people don't remember things that happened after 2 or 3 months ago.
Or they don't look as deep as they need to, that the car came here from Florida. Well, why did it come all the way from Florida?
Right.
It didn't go through the auction, because it'll tell you on there that, the car was auctioned. No. How did that car get here? Same thing. You know what's really weird? Listen when you were just talking, is that I remember when, there was all that flooding up in Louisville.
Right.
And I would actually have people go, well, the car's here in Dallas. It didn't flood here. I'm going, hang on a minute.
It's 20 minutes to Dallas from Louisville?
Well, it didn't flood in Carrollton.
Right.
Oh, so that means, hey, I tell you what, go ahead and, buy the car.
And, cars don't, when they're in Louisville, they don't leave Louisville.
Yeah.
And if they're in Dallas, they don't leave Dallas.
No, they don't.
They just stay there.
Yeah, if they go to cross the border, it just shuts it off.
Just locks up.
Kind of like an ankle monitor. It just goes off, Yeah. I'm just sitting there going, come on, folks. And Andrew Boaz.
He's a trip.
What a treat. So anyway, do your due diligence. When we looked at one vehicle, I was looking at the door panels. Man, I could see the water line inside the door. And the same comment comes out. Well, that's the perfect price for what I'm looking for. I'm
Till
like, wow.
Till then they're having to start repair work on it. Then it's
well, it's amazing that what today my car is worth $25,000 in the open market, but Bo, because I've had such a great day, I'm gonna sell it to you for 15. I don't care that it's worth 25. I'm leaving town.
I'm feeling good today.
I'm leaving town, hopefully with your money. You'll never see me again.
Well,
but I'm gonna give you a great deal on the car.
Well, here's the kicker. We're changing our lifestyle. We're settling down. We're minimizing, and we just need to get rid of our stuff.
We don't want to take it with us.
We don't want to take it with us. It was my grandfather's car, or whatever. And so we just want to get it turned over.
And you look like such a nice guy.
And you look like the perfect guy to take this car.
I'm going to make you the best deal you've ever seen.
And you're gonna really enjoy it.
Yeah.
10,000 less than what it's worth.
Then the car breaks down. You knock on the door, and they open it up.
The guy's gone. He's telling he's leaving anyway.
I just bought the house. There's no one here by that name.
Exactly.
I've heard and seen it all.
Well, can you imagine how many cars are flooded there?
Oh, goodness gracious!
It's who knows?
Yeah, it's a bunch.
It could be in the thousands.
Well,
right?
every picture they showed that you could see the top of the cars. Yeah.
So, it'd be a nice. You know what? Maybe we try to find. I don't know if you could find a total, but it'd be kind of interesting to see if you could figure that out. How many cars might have been flooded during this storm? Just as an idea.
Well, you can take the number, and that's a great question. I'm going to make a phone call because you can take the number that were turned in for claims and probably double that.
Good point. That's a good
idea. For the
idea.
people that go, hang on, I'm going to let it dry out. I got to make this thing work. I don't have any more money. I can't file a claim. I don't have the deductible. Times are tough for a lot of people.
Sure they are.
And they go, well, we got to figure out a way to make this thing work.
Right.
Yeah. So 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. When we get back, what would entice you to go test drive? That and a whole lot more coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. I'm your host, Kurt Chase, with the great one, the meat and potatoes behind the show, Big Will Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Will Sakala.
Will.
And also Ralph Paul, two of our buddies.
Will, are you going to Good Guys today?
Or are you going to go to Bad Guys? Thanks, everybody, for being a part of it. He said, y'all are missing a great car show at Guys. Well, we'll get them out there. Let's get them out there.
Oh, boy. Here we go with the Steeler crap.
Yeah, well.
You could have left that out. We're having such a good morning.
He's already there.
Are you at the Good Guys?
Yeah, he's already there.
I think he was there yesterday, too.
Well, I'm picking the Steelers when they play the Cowboys because that's a pitiful Cowboy team. I can tell you that. Todd Gentman, Will and I are both here. There you go. And Wayne Robinson, hey, good morning, guys. And that's
Sammy Wood watching. I've known Sammy since he was a little bitty boy. And I had the honor of being right next to Sammy when he was baptized at the Met Church.
Oh, wow, that's sweet.
Yep. His sister Sherry.
Did they ask you to leave so they could have a good anointing?
Yeah, they did.
Sir,
they asked me to step back a little bit. They didn't want lightning to hit the water and fry him.
We were trying to save this guy, not lose it.
Yeah, he owns a landscape company, Keller. And
so when are we going to have our ribbon cutting?
I don't know. They schedule all that.
Will says, yeah, they were here yesterday. We knew that. I saw your post on Facebook.
Yeah, thanks for calling and let me know you're going out there, Will. Really appreciate it. And I bet you were wearing all that Pittsburgh junk while you were there, too. I mean, enough's enough, dude. Get you some clothes. Get you some clothes. Normal clothes. I mean, he's got to wear something black and gold every freaking where he goes. We went into 20 stores when we were in Pittsburgh looking for a Pittsburgh money clip.
Looking for more black and gold.
Just a money clip. And then he wound up buying jackets and shirts and hats. And Shelly said he's got, a house full of stuff and he can't get enough. And he doesn't wear half of it.
He says, you need a jersey.
Look at Ty. He was wearing his Pittsburgh loud and proud.
Yeah,
I'm like,
certainly.
come on.
Certainly.
Somebody throw an egg at him.
And yet he drives the
Egg
Dallas.
him.
Yes, yet he drives the Dallas Cowboy bus.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the one thing he kind of missed out
Yeah,
on.
him and Jerry got something going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you Jerry'd been in that bus.
I bet Will's paying Jerry to keep the Cowboys down.
Yeah, Jerry's been in that bus with Will.
Yeah.
You know, now he's got the whole family like in the theater.
And not only that.
Well, no, I take that back. Yeah, that's right. His son-in-law is an Eagles fan.
Right. Well, that's
just as bad.
Yeah, same thing.
It's actually worse.
Probably.
But I love Tyrese.
The thing about it is that, God, you got to put up with their 3-0.
Well, here's the thing. T.J. Watts is going to go against that rookie tackle, and they ate him up Thursday night. So TJ, if they flip him, he's going to eat that boy up.
Well, the Cowboys are pitiful. Just want to let y'all know that. So that's $60 million.
No, that's not right. Jerry's all in this year.
He's been all in the last 25 years.
No, he hadn't.
1 minute.
This is the only year he's announced that.
I've heard it last 10 years.
No, he's never said all in.
Oh, never?
No, but this year he's all in.
Well, how far can we be all in and still be so bad?
That's just Jerry's, political BS is what it is.
That's horrible. They can't stop a running team. And I think, look, even the Giants had more ball control than the Cowboys, and that's a pitiful team too. And if the Giants would have had a decent quarterback, the Cowboys would have lost that game.
Oh yeah, Jones, he had some passes that
he's horrible.
And the thing about it is he's got some wheels, and every time he ran, he picked up yardage.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even recognize that coach. He lost so much weight. The Giants coach, I didn't even recognize him. I thought they had a new coach.
Right.
And they said his name. I was like, wow, boy, that guy.
What do we got, a fly?
Tears for Fears. One of the great songs.
This is a really grooving tune.
Maddie, are you dancing to this song? You ought to be.
I am dancing, yeah.
You go, girl. This right here. That'll get your blood pumping.
Yes, it will. No doubt.
Well, welcome to your life. Yes, sir. Nope.
Well, they knocked a home run with that sucker.
They did. 214-787-1190 is the number. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. This segment of the show is brought to you by the great folks over at Highly Accurate. Go see my buddy David Gomez, where your time is highly appreciated, your money's highly respected, and they have something for everybody, from the RDX to the MDX to the ZDX, their new electric, the Integra. One, I got to tell you, Will saw that red Integra and knew that it had a manual transmission. He's ready to get one. The place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth, right there at 820 and 35. Take the Riverside exit. From sales all the way back to service. Our buddy Dean back there running the service department. I got to tell you what, I stand there and boy, I got a terrible itch in my nose and watch the mannerism when people pull up on the service drive. And I dig it. I dig professional mannerism. And you get that from hello. And everybody that is on that showroom floor has been there, it seems like, forever, which is a good thing. Well rehearsed in their product, well rehearsed in getting you the information that you need, whether it's today, tomorrow, or next month, certified pre-owned. And I still say it is one of the best sports luxury products on today's roads.
So we're driving one.
The place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth. Ask for my buddy David Gomez and enjoy the highly experience at Highly Accurate Fort Worth. Go to highlyacura.com. So, giveaways. Now, I remember when I started in the car business.
I thought we were going to do names.
We can do names?
About where you'd buy a car with the name. I thought that's what we.
Oh, I thought I was doing giveaways. All right. Hang on. We'll go to names. Way to go, Bo. You ruined my whole deal.
We've been teasing that for an hour.
Okay. So let's talk about names on a car.
Where you'd be enticed to buy the car by the name or just distracted from buying?
Yep. So we sent out a deal, a survey, and asked people, we threw some stuff out. What if a car was called, now you have the smart car, but what if we had one called the cool car? Cool car.
Oh, that sounds cool.
What about the smoothie?
No.
No?
No.
What about the keg?
Just makes me want to go buy a beer.
Yeah.
Not buy a car.
Yeah. It had to be a big, bulky vehicle. What about the rickshaw?
No.
You remember the rickshaw?
Yeah.
The wacky races?
Yeah.
Huh. What about the Shiraz?
What is that?
It's a wine.
Oh,
Shiraz.
No. I don't want to drive a Shiraz.
No? What about the kangaroo?
Actually, it's pretty funny. I'd probably buy that.
What?
What do you drive? I drive a kangaroo.
Well, you think about when the Probe came out. I don't think of one thing when it comes to Probe.
No, yeah, I know. I wouldn't want that either. I've had that one time, and I don't want it again. But
we just think of all the animals vehicles been named after.
Of course.
Just think about that. All the different names, and
sure.
You've had the Pinto.
Well, that stunk up, didn't it?
You know, pinto beans.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It kind of fit the bill too, didn't it?
I mean, just think of all the crazy. I remember the Fairmont, the Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
You go down Del Sol.
Well, now we got the Carnival.
The Carnival.
That was kind of an odd name for that awesome vehicle, though.
When it came out and they said they were putting out the Carnival, I was like, what have they done? I could not believe that Kia would do that. But I took and drove it and was blown away. Blown away. I didn't care what the name on it was.
Would you drive a car that was called the Clown? What kind of car you drive? I drive the Clown.
Think about it. Would there be a name? Would a name deter you? If let's just say the car got 40 miles to the gallon, it was good looking, it was comfortable, it was nice, but just had some way out wacky name, would that keep you from buying it? Your thoughts? Let us know.
On Facebook, you can make a comment or call the show, 214-787-1190. Let us know if you bought a car that you hesitated buying because of the name, but you bought it anyway.
What about the brick?
That's pretty cool, though. Like Brick House.
Yeah.
That'd be if I had the brick car, that'd be my brick house. So, yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
Huh.
But
what about the pine tree?
What about you, Joe? What if they had a car that's named it Soap? Clean.
What about Logger?
That's not bad. That's sturdy. That's gutty.
You know,
that would be a truck name, like the Logger.
We did a contest a few years back, and a buddy of mine, Robert Troutman, he's one of the honchos with Costco. Been a buddy of mine for many, many years. Love him and Ruth and Jackson, the whole family. Great, great people. And we had a contest, and he named the car the Robert. And everybody thought that was the coolest name out there.
Good Cajun name.
Robert. Oh, boy, here we go again. So would a name deter you from buying a car? For me, here's what I would do. You know what I would do?
Would you? I mean, you'd put some thought.
Here's the thing. If I drove a car and this thing was just the cat's meow,
right.
It was just lights out. It did everything. Drove like a Cadillac. Great MPG. Had everything on it that I wanted, which I'm a very basic guy. I'd just take the name off of it.
Yeah, just take it off, right?
And leave whatever the manufacturer's emblem was on it. I don't care. But
Mr. Robinson said Speedster. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you'd have to go with that.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's like a smart car. If it said Speedster, I'd drive it.
Yeah, Speedster. I think there was a car named Speedster. I don't. Maybe that was the transmission schematic or something. Anyway, yeah, I was amazed that over 50% said if it was a silly name, they would just not buy it.
Really?
I was like, I don't care. Names never really. I mean, you think vehicles have been named after horses. You have the Colt.
Yeah.
You have the Mustang. What if one was named Secretariat?
Well, it was a winner.
As a winner. Yeah. So what if it was
would you drive a car
somebody's name?
What if
you remember the last famous name on a car?
Last famous name?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Jack Nicklaus's name, the Golden Bear, was on the Continental.
Would you drive a car that was named Jackass?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. What are you driving? I'm driving a Jackass. You Jackass?
Yeah. What are you driving? Jackass. What'd you call me? Yeah. You know what? I don't.
I'm that way.
Names have always intrigued me to go and say, why did you do this or why did you name it? Like I did with the Kia.
Right.
When the Carnival came out, I called up Jesse Hull. He's the managing partner there at Classic Kia Carrollton. And he goes, you got to come check this thing out. And I went, you've always had the Honda Odyssey, which has been a killer. You looked at the Toyota Sienna, which has always been a killer. Then they took the Dodge Caravan. Now it's the Pacifica. And I went, why are you guys even getting in the van market?
When I thought about the Carnival, I thought the vehicle would be like when you had a sunroof, but it'd pop up like a tent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
there was going to be something that went with the name, right?
Exactly.
And I got in it, and it didn't matter what it said on the outside because this thing was cool. Right. They're going to sell a ton of them. And you know what? Kia has sold a bunch of Carnivals.
Yeah.
When they had the first, I'm trying to think of what the Kia van was before, but it's horrible. Not the Sedona. Yeah, the Sedona. And
1 minute.
Oh boy, it
was rough.
They had a few kinks. I'll leave it at that. But this one here now is fantastic.
They've refactored everything to the highest level down.
Yeah.
So they're great vehicles for sure.
214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. We have a whole lot more coming up for you here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show today, live. Grapevine Ford. The place is hopping, and so are the deals. If you're looking for a Ford, I'm telling you, right here between Main Street and Texan Trail on Highway 114, come see us today. We're going to be here live to the noon hour, but they'll be here to the 9 o'clock hour. My buddy Andrew Boaz and Cameron Martin, come on out. Don't go away because we'll be right back. Studebaker. That's right. That's a cool name. Oh, you just messed the whole thing up. Yeah. Two 214-787-1190. If you got a question about anything in the auto industry, let us know. 214-787-1190, or make your comments here on the you go to Shifting Gears, the Automotive Edge. We're on YouTube, LinkedIn. You can find us everywhere and put in your comments and your thoughts about anything pertaining to the auto industry. And we'd be more than happy to jump on that for you and make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. You know where to go, who to see, what to do when it comes to that. And, Bo's not here, so you can make whatever comments you want about Bo because he's not here to read it. And then we'll just scroll up real quick so when he gets here, you can't see any comments you want to make about him. But what a gorgeous day. What is it, 70 degrees right now, sun shining. Great day for yard work. Get your yard all buttoned up. That's what I'll be doing this afternoon, a little bit of yard work and painting my garage. Not fun, but we'll see how that goes. But a great day to get out and just test drive. How long has it been since you're able to roll down the windows and enjoy a nice city drive in your vehicle? Today is the day to get out and start doing your legwork. If you're that end-of-the-year shopper and there's no need to wait, that big end-of-the-year sale that everybody talks about waits on every year, it's not going to be that way this year. I can just tell you that right now. There is no need to wait. The dealers are not going to have this excess inventory where they just got to, we always hear, the tax man cometh and we got to do this. We forget all that. Start your shopping today because it's going to get better and better and better. I pray each day we get the right president in and gets this thing turned around, get the economy back to where it was, gasoline prices where it was, drill, and things will be good for everybody. Don't vote the personality, vote results. That's all I'm saying. I get into this all the time with people. I've had, what's really sad is
don't vote. What is it? DEI?
Yeah.
Please.
How many people have gotten either mad at me, family members from up north and on the West Coast, imagine, New York and California, that just, they don't care if it's the worst person in the world, as long as it says Democrat, they're voting. They don't care. I'm going, what a sad day that you take a chance of putting your hand in a fire, not thinking you were going to get burned just because.
Well, what I guess I don't understand is that, most people, I think it doesn't matter what party, I think most people would say it's been a pretty rough last 3.5, 4 years economically. I mean, if you are that disconnected to where that you go to a grocery store and see the prices that are like double what they were, from bread to canned beans to meat to whatever, or houses and cars and whatever, everything is like completely through the ceiling. Interest rates really being high, where people are having to, if they borrow money, having to pay so much back. People are hurting.
Well,
I don't know how somebody could not see or be a part of that and not understand where it's coming from.
We have Harmon on hold.
Got it. One thing I hate is that, we're going to give people $25,000 to help buy their home. Where's that money coming from? They just said the debt just hit $35 trillion. They make all these financial promises, kind of like the college forgiveness. Supreme Court commits that you can't take taxpayers' money and pay off people's colleges.
No,
but it's for votes, and it's not even going to happen. She can't make that proclamation and it go through. But whatever we got to do to get you to vote, and then find out they couldn't do it anyway.
Correct.
Vote for results, not personality.
But that's throwing a promise out there that they can't keep that people think is going to be right.
That's right. 214-787-1190 is the number. This segment of the show is brought to you by Burleson Nissan, our buddy Justin Crane. Here's the thing. When you have an average pre-owned vehicle around $26,000, $27,000 being sold in today's market, and you can go to Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road.
Rutro.
And buy a brand new vehicle less than you can buy a pre-owned vehicle for, that's the cat's meow. The place, Burleson Nissan. The new Nissan Kicks is out. I'll be there Monday doing my test drive and review on the new Nissan Kicks, but you can do it today. 35 in Renfro and Burleson, about 15 minutes south of Fort Worth. And meet Justin Crane and his staff and realize you can buy brand new for less than what the average used car is going for. And then it comes down to people. BurlesonNissan.com. That's BurlesonNissan.com. Let's go to the phone lines and jump on board with our good friend Harmon Robinson. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Kurt and Bo. How are you guys going along? Okay?
Great. We're doing good. Now that we don't have any technical difficulty and we can do a real show, we're all excited about it. Let's jump into it. I'm going to give you this name, HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com. And, the second largest purchase you'll make in your life is your car. The first is your home. And we wanted to get an updated report on what is going on in the housing market, Harmon, with the rates coming down. What does the supply look like? How easy is it to finance a home right now? Kind of give us your overview.
Well, Kurt, location means a whole lot, and it's more important today than ever. Even though rates are beginning to decline just a little bit, it's going to take a little while for people to realize that they can go and buy something. But I've been slammed this last week. I've got 8 different calls, and I had to go address between South Fort Worth and Ponder and Parrot and Princeton and all the way to Forney. So I've been real busy this week. Things seem to be picking up.
Yeah, I got a buddy, David Leon, and he said that I don't know if it's his sister or somebody has been in contact with you about a home. I'll have to find out who that person is. And the calls are coming in, and I guess it's supply and demand. Is there a lack of new homes or existing homes that are on the marketplace? And are those prices still holding a premium, or what does that look like?
Well, the supply is short. Yes, it is. It's very low right now, matter of fact. And I think it's just going to take some time for things to get back up on the market. Of course, with school already started, kids in place, it's kind of difficult for a lot of people to make those moves right now.
Uh-huh.
But, you got holidays going to be coming up pretty soon. And that's sometimes a pretty good time to make that move because you got semester changes in schools and things. So right now, supply is a little short, but the calls I've been getting, it looks like everything's getting start going again. And so that's great for everybody.
So do you think with the rates coming down, the Fed's dropped at a half point, that is going to be a plus for people that are in trouble to refinance their homes? Is this a good time to refinance, or should people wait to see? They're saying the Feds could make another dump pre-election in October as far as refinancing. And then I got a couple of messages when I let people know that you were coming on is, what do you think about doing an ARM?
I don't think, I've never believed too much in ARMs. All that is a temporary fix.
And what is that? What is an ARM?
An ARM is an adjustable rate mortgage. Usually there's a cap on an adjustment when it comes due, either 1 to 3 years or even sometimes 5 years. But usually they'll want to adjust it the first year, and they'll usually jump that thing up to more close to market rates, which is always a little bit higher. And so it's just a temporary fix. I know so many people that have had ARMs in the past, they really didn't anticipate that their income was going to increase enough to cover that adjustment. And that's a critical part of an ARM. You've got to make sure that what you're doing, your income is going to increase enough to cover that difference. And if not, it's going to put you back in the strain.
Gotcha.
So do you think that this rate dropping, that there will be a downtick in repossessions? What do you think that looks like? You think there'll be less houses going to the steps of the courthouse? I know you don't have that crystal ball, but for people that are going, what should I do? I guess every situation is something a little bit different where they need to contact you and go, here's my circumstances, Harmon. What do you think?
I think foreclosures are going to continue to increase at a steady pace until we know what's going to change on November 5th. That's going to be the big kicker right there, because the past, we recognize that we lived under a much better economic system 4 years ago than we did right now. So people are really, I think, kind of sitting on edge waiting for this change. And when this change happens, I really think things are going to be changing. And that's, of course, not going to start until about January 20th, 21st.
Okay. Now I know I've asked you this several times, but I want to hit it again because I have a bunch of people they're all talking in this group that I'm in about doing different things, getting out of a home, buying property. I guess barndominiums are the big thing. And I know that in the conversations that we've had in the past that you have banks that will finance the whole kit and caboodle. They don't have to find a bank to finance the property and then the building, 2 separate loans. You're able to help the people in one loan.
I can certainly help them find the right bank that will take care of their needs. And yes, you're right. The Texas Land Bank people are the ones that can finance the land and do the building and put it all into a long-term note when it's all finished. And that's what it takes sometimes for a barn-dominium, because usually a barn-dominium is a brand new structure. You're not going to find a barn-dominium already built and on land for sale, because people are buying those and putting them up themselves. So there are banks out there. There's about 4 or 5 in Texas that you can call, and I've got a list of them. I'll be happy to provide them. That's the best way to go.
It's HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com. I've known Harmon for over 20 years. Main thing is I know his heart. I know what type of person he is. When him and I were working in the car dealership together, there was actually an honest guy in the building, and that was Harmon.
Nice.
Harmon believed in a fair day's work, a fair day's pay, and to give the consumer a fair deal on the car. And Harmon doesn't have to do this. He's retired, not really retired because he's, doing in the real estate business, but he does it through Harmon. I think to wrap this up, this is really a passion of yours, not a necessity of yours.
Help people. Yeah.
Well, let me put it in another way you can understand. The older you get, the less you want to do because you've done it all before. But here's the way I look at it. You got to keep your mind working. You got to keep your body working to stay healthy.
Right.
If you're sitting around and you're not using either one of them, it's going to die. And that's just the way it is.
Well, the one thing about it, you're helping yourself be healthy, but you're helping others to be healthy with their finances and their homes.
Correct.
And what a great way to present yourself. And your phone number is 214-678-8388.
214-674-8388.
Correct. That is it.
That's it. Or HarmonRobinson.com. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. And here's the deal. If you think you're going to be in trouble, Harmon, we want them to talk to you now, not wait until the last minute because then it's too late, but be proactive, not reactive. Maybe they need to downsize. Maybe they need to sell their home. Maybe they have equity and need to move into another thing. But if you see that storm in the horizon, go ahead and contact you now.
Or if they're
proactive, not reactive.
Yeah, like they're struggling right now. They're missing a payment. Like that's coming up where they may not be able to make that. Then get a hold of Harmon now. Don't wait because the more you wait, the worse it's going to get.
I'll give you the best way to go based on your situation. Everybody's situation is different. So I'll be happy to visit with you. No pressure. I'm just going to give you information. You make the decision on what you want to do, and we can go forward from there.
Yeah, because you run into people that have a bunch of that we're going to walk away from or lose a bunch of equity, and those conversations are paramount. You need to have those things right away.
Oh my goodness, yes. I've seen recently where people have $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. They're just walking away from. And that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Those numbers don't even compute.
No.
But it's all about a conversation. And the conversation needs to be with Harmon Robinson. Go to HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com and start today, whether it's finding a new home, finding an existing home, or maybe you need to downsize, or maybe you say, come January, I'm going to be in trouble. You did an arm and is fixing to kick in, whatever the case may be. He's a one-stop shop. That's HarmonRobinson.com. Harmon, have a great day. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thanks, Kurt. Y'all and you, Bo, you have a great day, too.
You too, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like the way he said you too, Bo.
All right.
Well, I'm special.
He feels sorry for you.
I ride the special bus. He knows that.
It's HarmonRobinson.com. And I tell you, there's a lot of realtors out there making all these crazy promises and do this and do that. Let me tell you, that's just a good old boy having fun helping people.
And he does.
And that makes all the difference in the world. He's not under pressure to have to do it.
Right.
It's something that he wants to do.
That's the key factor right there, is he's not under pressure to have to sell or do something just to make a buck. He's in good shape.
30 seconds
to help you.
No doubt about it. HarmonRobinson.com. We have a whole lot more coming up here on the Automotive Edge radio show on 1190 KFXR. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels, Bo Carver. Don't go away because we'll be right back.
There we go. So is Ralph have a car out at the car show? He still hadn't bought a car to take car shows, Ralph? Oh, he was buying a motorcycle, wasn't he, or a bicycle?
Ralph.
Paul?
Buying a motorcycle?
Well, when he went to the Mecum, he was looking
at a bicycle.
That's what I'm saying. It was a bicycle. Forget cars. He just wants a bicycle.
Out of all them cars out there, he goes, man, come look at these bicycles. I love that guy.
What kind of prices were on those bicycles?
Huh?
What kind of prices were on those bicycles?
Oh, they're expensive. They were
Like classic
all
bicycles?
original Swins with the banana bars.
Oh, wow.
Banana seats, you know, the
Yeah.
big high bars.
I know. Yeah, I had
with
that when I was a kid.
Oh, some of them were a little fancied up, but there was a few original ones.
Like what kind of price?
Oh, probably
5,000?
somewhere around. I don't think that. Probably around the 25 to 4,000, depending on the rarity of it. I don't know a whole lot about that market, but I know I did was looking at one, and the guy goes, yeah, because there's a QR code on a lot of that where you can buy it and not go to auction.
Right.
And it was $2,500
bicycle
for a bicycle.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has their own little niche that they like to grab hold of.
Yeah.
Just the bicycle thing is not quite one that I think would be a big thing, but it is, I guess.
Yeah, there's some things that I would buy and invest in that ain't one of them. And then they had we were at the Mecum auction last month, and then they had a golf cart. Ralph goes, "Ooh, I like that golf cart." And I said, "Well, buddy, you better step up." And his wife says, "About $12,000."
Wow.
And he goes, "For a golf cart." I went, "Buddy, did you
see it?"
So he went up and looked at custom leather
mag
seat,
wheels,
bow
and the
system.
whole thing. Like
oh
that.
Yeah, everything's all done.
Something like,
and the bid started at $8,000. He just kept going and going and going.
Something Dion be driving like that.
Oh yeah. It's another thing. $12,000 and the hammer went down. He looked at me and went, "Yeah, buddy, those things are
they're high anyway.
Oh, they're expensive.
Just a regular old golf cart's too expensive.
Yeah, $6,000-7,000 for a basic.
Can you believe that?
And then you start adding TVs and wheels,
stereo,
and bows,
whatever.
and yeah.
Gary Coker says, "Good morning to my Royal Purple brother, Big Will's Bo Carver."
And who? And who?
I'm not sure who that guy is.
That's right. My brother from another mother,
my
Gary
best
Coker.
friend, Kirk Chase.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Say it loud and proud, Bo. It's a killer.
Well, next time I go to Wichita Falls, he's buying me lunch this time, not the other way.
You know, it'd break my heart if Carol Coomer ever said, "Good morning, Kurt," and my best friend, Bo. That would hurt.
Boy, I'm going to work on that.
Because Carol's been my friend since 19...
I'm going to work on that.
Wow.
I'm going to do this.
1980.
I'm going to do a still switch.
Hey, Carol, I found an old J-Rags flyer.
Yeah, you sent that to me. That was pretty crazy.
7 for guys, 3 for girls, open bar all night, mud wrestling on Sundays.
Love it. What a great time that was.
Yeah, buddy.
You don't have that anymore.
Yeah, I sent that. I forgot who sent that to me.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I went, well, okay. God, those were the times.
Yeah, there was some real
10859 Harry Hines.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
the building's still there though. Because you took us by there.
Yeah, now lipstick. Gee, I wonder what they do in there.
I bet people could probably maybe wonder.
Yeah, I know what they do in there. Nasty. Nasty.
Yeah, Charles Davis said that was the bar to go to for fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Carol says good morning, but no to my best friend Bo yet.
I still remember the dinner Carol cooked me.
Oh, wow.
It was me and her friend Teddy Wallace and I went over there, and I'm not sure if her friend was Janice or Janet. I'm trying to think. And she cooked this old home-style meal, chicken fried steak.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Good people. It's always good to have lifetime friends.
You're making me hungry with that chicken fried steak.
I can tell you last time I had one. I can't believe this is in Maddie's mantra.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing, actually.
I just don't picture her a Stevie Wonder fan.
Well, especially this song.
Are you really? Wow. That's impressive. 214-787-1190 is the number. This segment of the show is brought to you by Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. Go out and see my buddy Jason. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. Let me tell you, he told me to have 500 Hondas in stock. Jason Hicks, general sales manager, came here from San Diego, loaded up his family, kind of like Beverly Hillbillies, and his wife and 2 beautiful children to be a part of moving Hondas at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. And he told me they're not missing a deal. If it's a real deal, that car is rolling. 500 Hondas in stock. I mean, that's a bunch. I mean, they are busting at the seams with Hondas. Whether it's new, certified, pre-owned, and in service after the sale, when it comes to your Honda needs, the place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. If you go to normreeveshondanrh.com, that's normreeveshondanrh.com, you'll see all their specials. Their lease specials are now picking up, and they have a way to make sure that your Honda needs are taken care of. That's Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, NRH for NorthRichlandHills.com. All right.
Wesley Stewart says he beat another hurricane. Glad you're safe. He says, good morning,
good.
Bo and Kurt.
All right. So we talked a little bit about what's going on in the marketplace. And there was an article that came out, and I got a bunch of car watchers. They watch this market and sent me a deal going, hey, we see that the wholesale prices are down. I wish they wouldn't even publish that kind of stuff. It's so confusing to the consumer. Oh, wholesale prices are down. Well,
so what do they actually mean by that?
You know,
I mean, it's kind of a weird.
It really is, because wholesale, you know, we used to have the wholesalers that went around and bought cars.
Right.
And now everything goes through the auction with the wholesalers.
Right.
That either buy for, but, you know, they buy in bulk. They buy 20, 30, 40, 50 cars for whatever. I know a bunch of guys that are buyers for big corporations, and we call them wholesalers. But they're not going to the auction and because they're buying 20, 30, 40 cars paying less.
Right.
Because they're all independently owned. Everything that goes through the auction are independently owned. And so they come up with these numbers. I'm like, stop with all the wholesale numbers. There's no wholesaling going on. It's either, you know, when you're buying a car, it's either wholesale to wholesale or retail to retail. The average consumer wants to buy wholesale to retail or retail to wholesale. It always works that way. They want
they want retail
the least
to
amount
wholesale
for your car and the most for theirs.
Exactly.
And so I would tell people, you know what? You can minimize to maximize if you would stop with that mindset. If you would realize that you either buy wholesale to wholesale or retail to retail, you know, that whole situation is going to move so much quicker.
Well, the bottom,
you'll buy the vehicle way quicker than going in and going, okay, you know, the car lists for $25,000 and you want to offer them 18.
Well, the bottom line is that if they have a trade, they're going to only get a certain amount for that anyway.
Yeah.
So you want the most for that, which most everybody does, but then you get what they're going to be willing to pay you for your vehicle, and then you can work out the deal on the other. So I just look at it as just a deal. You know, just get the kind of the best deal you can on your vehicle and the best deal you can buying theirs.
Yep. That's
how I look at it. And that's what they should be doing. And I think a lot of the dealers are trying to do that, aren't they?
Yeah. I was at a dealer the other day, and the sticker on the vehicle was 42. And the people said, we'll give you 28,000. I'd have thrown them out of the dealership. And I'm sitting there listening to them. We just think that's what it's worth. And so,
well,
the manager that went in and took the turn, he so missed the ball. I was like, let me take that turn. They were like, what? I said, let me take that turn. They said, why? Because their car was worth, their trade-in was worth 20 grand.
So you're going to offer
I'd have told
5,000?
Yeah. Well, I think your car was worth 10.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll give you 10 grand. Well, no, it's worth 20. Well, no, that's you're giving me
1 minute.
Offer me 20. I'm gonna give you 10 grand
for
it. Otherwise,
do the same to them
out.
as they're doing to them. Right?
I can't stand those negotiations. I don't like it. And my boss used to get mad. I'm going, look, you send somebody else, and I'm not having this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, why even go there when people just
it's a
want
waste
to be
of time,
ridiculous?
Waste of time.
And then they laugh about it and then just get up and leave. I'm like, why were you there in the first place?
Right.
That stuff drives me nuts. If you
Yeah.
got nothing better to do, in fact, I need to know your boss's name and number because we're going to negotiate your pay when you go to work
Right.
on Monday. Stop it. Wholesale to wholesale, retail to
30
retail.
seconds.
You'll make sure that your car deal is smooth and easy. But the best way, theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Let me step in and help you. You'll be okay. Quick break, 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the Great One Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
She's playing kind of chilling music today.
Is this Taylor Swift?
This is Lady A.
I know. Just seeing if you're still with us, Maddie.
I'm always here, I promise. I'm just multitasking.
Got you.
That's funny. I quit watching the Chiefs. I don't watch them on TV anymore. Done with that.
You don't watch what?
I don't watch the Chiefs on TV anymore.
The Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Why?
It
Really?
sounds like you're saying cheese.
I love cheese. I don't watch cheese, but I eat.
Good morning, Susan Whitmore. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Radio Show. You know Susan?
Mm-mm.
You don't know Susan like I know Susan? Wah, wah, wah. What a gorgeous.
I was
the
just
whole ride
fixing to
home,
say
I'm going to have the windows down.
Same thing, how sweet it is. And the show's flying by today.
I can't believe Will ditched me and went to Good Guys, didn't let me know he was going out there. Just ditched me.
He didn't want any cowboy stuff around him, I guess. Let's keep it separate.
I guarantee there's more cowboy stuff out there than Steeler stuff.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
You know, we get these transplants and then they impose themselves on us.
I know.
It's all over us. Man, I'm really digging that Mustang.
It's beautiful. Pretty sweet. 5.0 too, buddy.
Yep, that's the way to go. That's the only way to own
That's
that
the
car.
only way to go. Very nice.
I know that lady right there.
It just passed by?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Excuse me. Did you live in Keller?
Oh, he does know you.
Did you live on
We're meeting someone here at the dealership.
I was.
We're having a conversation with he's meeting in the dealership that was a neighbor at one point. So yeah.
I said neighbor. Yeah.
He's having they used to be neighbors in Keller, and he just seen her, talking to her.
Because I was digging my tree stuff. Started hollering, not knowing that Steve
Yeah.
was swapping trees with me for his property.
Thank you, Carol. My granddaughter, Miss Kay. Is it Kaylee? I hope I said that right. Kaylee, sitting here watching, listening to you guys. Longtime best friend, Kurt. Yes, sir. Awesome. Beautiful.
I had 3 boys.
Thank you for tuning in and being a part. Love it.
Because our house split down the middle. And, a lot of people
Like and share the show, everybody. If you don't mind, helps get the information out to people that needs maybe some help with their automobile needs, buying, selling, trading, parts, service, body shop, all those kind of things is what we do here on the show every Saturday morning here on the Automotive Edge radio show and social media sites. I'm Big Wheels Bo Carver, along with Kurt Chase, the host of the show that's been on radio for 20 plus years, in the car business for over 35 years. So a lot of knowledge coming out of this show to help each and every one of you with any of your needs. And that's why we're here. So hopefully you'll like and share the show and keep everybody not yet. So we're on a little short break, top of the hour here on the Automotive
30 seconds.
Edge. Okay.
So funny, she walked by when I know that
know.
lady.
She didn't know you though. She knew you. She knew you by the tree cutter.
Yeah, for digging up my tree. I had 2 live oaks.
You told me that story before.
And I didn't like them. My buddy wanted them for his property, and we're out there, and she stopped that car, and
what are you doing?
In the gold corner and wrestling for the AutomotiveEdge.com. Give it up for the world tag team champions fighting for all your automotive needs. It's Kurt, Chase, and Big Wheels Bull Cover.
nice.
And welcome to the Automotive Edge radio show right here on Talk Radio 1190 KFXR every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to noon. And here he is, the third runner-up in the Big Tex contest.
No.
Please make welcome Kurt Chase.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean no?
Look what Carol put on there.
Yay,
Carol, why did you do that?
Thank you, Carol.
Carol,
my new best friend.
Why did you do that?
Because she knows
you just ruined my whole Saturday.
Because you stole one of mine, I'm stealing her. How you like me now?
I don't. I don't know why the women like you so much. I don't get it. I don't get it. And now Carol.
Because I love them.
My friend for, 40 years. And
maybe she figures it's time to kind of make a move.
Wow, Carol. That just.
Thank you, Carol. You made my day.
Wow.
Love you.
Woo. 214-787-1190 is the number. This segment of the show is brought to you Freeman Toyota, located on the affordable side of the Metroplex, 820 and 183. If you haven't seen my post, go to Kurt Chase on the Facebook page. There's the new 2025 Camry XLE Hybrid. I drove that vehicle for a day and was doing 75 miles an hour on 121. And was still getting 40.4 miles to the gallon.
Wow, that's awesome.
I mean, and that's a big sedan. It had everything in the world on. In fact, my wife has a 2024 Sport Edition Camry XSE, and she's like, "I want to trade."
There you go.
I just made the
deal on it. Huh?
I just made another payment on that car. She goes, "Can we trade?" I'm like, "Well, what Mama wants, Mama gets."
We know that.
So anyway, but there's a whole lot more. They have released the Grand Highlanders. There was a little hiccup on it with one of the suppliers. It's been taken care of. So now they're starting to build the Grand Highlanders again. But from the Camry to the Corolla and everything in between, the place. And let me tell you, if you want a Tundra, they have loaded up on Tundras and Tacomas, and they are making deals. That whole showroom floor is full of the coolest Tundras. That green Tundra. I saw one the other day when I went to pick up my car out of the shop. Unbelievable. The place, Freeman Toyota, 183 and 820 on the affordable side of the Metroplex. Go to freemantoyota.com. That's freemantoyota.com. And be sure to check each week. You're going to see 2 reviews that I'm doing on automobiles on my Facebook page. So if we're not friends, go ahead and send me a invite. And if you're interested, and I'll be posting my reviews every week. There's so many cool cars coming out. I've got to get everybody up to date on so many products that are out there to make sure that you're aware of what's available to you, the consumer, and make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. It's real simple. Go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number, And if there's a car that you want me to review or a car you want to know about, for me, when I start looking at automobiles, I look at residuals. Right when the Camry XLE came out, I went over and saw Jerry Patterson. And I asked him, what's the residual at 36 months? And when a new vehicle comes out, I want to know residuals. I want to know what the manufacturer is saying about their own car. And that's how residuals are designed. And it doesn't matter whether you're leasing or not. It just tells you what the value long-term and short-term is going to be on that vehicle. And I tell a lot of people, how often do you trade? About every 3-4 years. These cars should be in your wheelhouse. Unless you're putting a bunch of money down, you don't care. You're paying cash, you don't care. So be it. But that's not the norm. 90% of the people finance their automobiles. Only 10% that are paying cash. Okay, 10% out of, what would that be, 61 million cars a year? Not a big number. But we want to make sure that you're on top and you have a good choice of what's hot, what's not, what's reliable. I talk to the guys back in service to say, hey, what's going on with this automobile? How well is it doing? What are you seeing? Are there any complaints? If so, what are they? And then we dig a little bit dig a little deeper, because there's a lot of people that there's things that they may not like, but it doesn't make it a bad vehicle. When you look at how they're rating and scoring cars nowadays, it's such baloney. I don't get it. The scoring system and these surveys they send out, I don't even like them. But that's my opinion. So we want to make sure that you're on top of everything. So we're going to be doing Monday. We're going to be reviewing the new Nissan Kicks, and I'll be posting the pics in my ride and drive and likes and dislikes if they're whatever they are. I'm always open and fair and honest about the vehicle, but remember, that's me driving it. You got a guy that's 6 foot tall and weighs about so many pounds, and so it's going to be different for you when you drive that automobile. But we'll make sure that you're up to date on what's going on with all the new releases. 2 a week I'm going to be putting out on my site, on the Automotive Edge site, as well as my own personal site on Facebook. So follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the different places, and we'll be posting all of my ride and drives. Maybe we can get Boski on a few of them with us and get his thoughts and opinions for what that's worth while he's stealing my friends.
I posted that a while ago. Did you see it?
I can't believe that
I posted
she's sitting there with her beautiful granddaughter, Kaylee.
I posted her statement.
And even thought about making you her best friend.
Look at that.
Oh, you posted it?
That's right there. Look at it.
You're wrong on every level. See, Carol, you created a monster, Carol. Wow. You don't understand. You added more fuel to the fire.
There it is right there.
Wow. 214-787-1190 is the number. Hey, I want to let you companies know, if you're a business owner, you're in the corporate world, needing commercial vehicles, Eldorado Fleet. I'm telling you, I went by there the other day, and they've got box trucks, flatbeds, low cab forwards, work trucks, the big ones, the small ones, everything in between. Go to EldoradoChevy.com and go to their commercial and fleet. So if you're a company owner needing commercial inventory, I'm telling you, go no further than EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com, because they have it all. And if they don't, they'll order it. You need it customized, they'll customize it. If you need whatever, the place is EldoradoChevy.com. Click on commercial and take a look at their fleet. Tom Bean is my guy out there. And I was out there the other day going through their fleet inventory, and I was blown away. I had no idea they had that big a variety to take care of so many commercial needs. That's EldoradoChevy.com. Click on commercial and talk to my buddy Tommy Bean.
It's been kind of lost here for a while, hasn't it? These commercial vehicles.
Yeah, there's a lot of it you couldn't get.
Right.
You know, they're now getting stuff that was ordered 8 months ago, a year ago.
Right.
You know, because of COVID, it was get out all the
regular vehicles.
Yeah, the normal stuff that was selling quite a bit, not the commercial inventory. So now all of that's starting to pour in, and
good.
They're giving good rates, and there's a bunch of different programs that you can sign up for. Like my brother, he signed up, and they gave him a line of credit. So whenever he needs a vehicle, he just calls, and it's all ready to go. So
easy peasy.
That's right. EldoradoChevy.com. All right. So, did you come up with a cool name for a car? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, Jackass.
The Jackass.
Yeah, I want to. That's my. I want them to put a car out like that. I bet it'd sell.
You
really
know
big.
it'd sell.
People love it, especially if you had the emblem on the front.
What are you driving, Jackass? What did you say?
Looks like the donkey on.
That's right. Put a donkey on the hood. Big old chrome emblem.
That'd be funny.
All right, let's talk about what's going on right now in the auto industry. And I would just tell you, we're here at Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise, right here on Highway 114 between Texan Trail and Main Street in Grapevine. Rangers in sales have tripled. Maverick sales up 24%. Explorers have doubled. And you ask why? Well, let me help you with why. Is because of the quality. You know, Ford's always been a leader in the truck department. 48 years, the top seller, and doing really, really well.
How did they able to maintain that? That's very, very, very impressive.
They have not slowed down,
slacked up on their quality and stuff.
I'm telling you, the F-150. You know, and here's the thing: so many people, when I have conversations, especially truck people, I love it. You know, you got an old truck guy when he puts his foot up on the bumper and leans over the tailgate.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about
old
my
school
truck.
there.
Let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you, and it just tickles me to death. The brand loyal people, I love their conversations. They always got a great story about something that something that could have been tragic, but their truck got them through it.
Yeah, that's great.
I think there's more country songs written about pickup trucks than anything else.
Yeah,
and so
dirt roads.
For me, and some listeners, it drives them crazy when they ask me this: is what's the best truck out there?
I know it is.
It's tough, and they go, well, "What do you drive?" Well, it's not.
Well, you've really actually had probably all of them at one point.
I have.
I've been through a couple of the 2 or 3 you've had since I've been with the show, and you know they've all been great vehicles. I've had a Ford. I've had a couple of Fords. I've had a Dodge, Chevy a long time ago, and you're right. It's kind of hard to. A lot of it has to depend on the year and what you like you said, this feel of the wheel and all that. But Texas is the truck capital, so you better have a good truck.
Yeah, you know, the thing about it is these trucks, they've made them so big, so comfortable. Go spend the time driving. I can't tell them enough. It's the feel of the wheel that makes the deal. When you look at if you're going to be hauling trailers and towing and doing whatever, then look that up. What is the max towing? What is the payload? What is the GVWR? What is the tongue weight? What is the trailer weight? And because they're all different numbers and they all do different things. A lot of people thought these new EcoBoosts, they weren't going to work. It's amazing what a Ford EcoBoost will do for your vehicle as far as towing and hauling. And
still get good gas mileage.
Yeah, I had a lot of commercial business that no way. And now I've got probably a dozen companies that are all driving EcoBoost or Ecos, vehicles that are the V6s with the turbo. And because of what they will do, instead of, when the gas went up, everybody went to the Ford Rangers and the Frontiers,
smaller
and the Tacomas,
smaller trucks,
and wore them out quick. And now that they've come out with these the new V6s, they are rocking. And so I just tell people,
30 seconds.
Drive the vehicle, spend time in it, and then let's take a look at your needs on what you're going to need to do with it. And then make sure that you're not maxing out a truck, that you always have a truck that will do what you want with a little bit of leg on it. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break, pay a few bills. Don't go away because we'll be right back.
Graham tried that brain boost. He said it was fabulous.
Yeah. Have you tried?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
Amazing.
He said that was the absolute. He called me from Stephenville and said, "Dad, I can't tell you how great that product is." He said, "I just got really, just kind of mentally really open. Like everything was really out there. I was really not was up, like really energized, but I wasn't like shaky or nothing like that with like these drinks like Monsters and all that. He said that's the best thing he's ever had. Pretty cool. I guess I need to try it. Throwing a little Ralph.
I got to get rid of this mustache. It's driving me crazy today.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's just I can't quit itching. It's like I'm picking my nose the whole show.
You clean it?
Well, yeah. And I put a product on there every day.
Well, maybe that's what's itching is the product.
Yeah, today it's really bugging me.
Well, don't use the product for a couple of days and see if that's what's causing it.
Yeah, but I can't because it dries out. My beard dries out real quick. I don't get it.
Well, I think I'm just about ready to get this COVID out of my system. I've been taking some breathing treatments to clean that out of my lungs. It's helping. Took B12 shot, steroid shot, but I'm getting back. I'm getting back in the game.
Yeah.
So how's everybody in your family? They all healthy? Everybody not? That's good. Everybody needs to take your vitamins out there because getting that time of the year where things change weather-wise and people are in school, their kids in school, they grab these other kids that's got these snotty noses and bring them home. So
well,
take
this 2 months ago, about a month ago, I started taking turmeric.
Yeah, that's day. A big system, that big thing right now.
And I started taking.
That's for to help in inflammation. Is that what that's for?
It takes. There's a bunch of stuff it does.
So what's the main thing? That
information, wellness, build, help with your immune system.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I take the balance of nature every day with it.
Right.
And then I take one to reduce my glucose.
Oh, that's cool.
And I haven't felt this good. I have a little bit of ADD, and now here I am.
A little.
Well. But look, here I am pinstriping my garage and painting it. I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
Everything's measured 2 to 3 inches, perfect all the way down the line. I've never done that.
Yeah, there you go. That's
and good. I've had to go back and touch up because they tell you that tape doesn't bleed. That's a lie.
It should be in politics.
It bled through.
Oh, wow.
On half the stripes that were on there. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And so I pull the tape off, and I'm mad.
Don't you hate that when they tell you something's supposed to be a certain way and then it doesn't work that way? I hate that. That's a lot of that crap going on too. But I'm still waiting on my sparklet.
Your what?
Your sparklet.
That's water.
Whatever you are supposed to bring me, I'm still waiting on.
Oh, the spark.
Spark, yeah.
You know what?
That was 6 months ago. I ordered that.
He's never worn a sport coat. He's always adjusting the
1 minute
lapel. He's always doing this, and then I don't know what this is.
Just pulling the cuffs down.
Yeah, but he's squeezing it. I don't know what he's doing there.
He's wearing cufflinks.
He never worn anything like that before. That's a first timer.
It's the nervous jitters. Well, it's at least a nice day for the guys out there to
30 seconds.
Thank you.
This guy went to school with my sister-in-law.
The guy right there?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember him. You talking to him before.
Yeah, then he told me that he dated her. She said that's not true.
Oh, really?
She said
he seemed to know a lot about her, though.
He said if I did, I don't remember. So he must.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that Chase family gets around.
Well, there are enough of them. Over at the 5 and 9. Summer of 69.
Yep, we're back.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show today live. Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise, right here on Highway 114 between Main Street and Texan Trail. And the place is hopping and rocking. And I I got to tell you, the inventory with a lot of these dealers are deep, meaning there's a bunch. You got right now one of the best selection. Interest rates dropped, and you have a great opportunity to maximize your trade. Trade values went up. They have not gone down. The honey hole, the sweet spot, 2 to 3 year old cars. Let me tell you, when you get into those 4 and 5 year old cars, if the miles are right and they're in decent shape,
they're still good.
They're rocking those things off the lot. Okay. And one of the places is Grapevine Dodge, right around the corner from us, right there, William D. Tate and 121. He's got a half a dozen cars under 18,000. He's got a Nissan Kicks over there, 2021, under $15,000 with 50,000 miles on it. You can't go wrong right now looking to make a deal at Grapevine Dodge. I went through their pre-owned inventory yesterday, and I'm going, geez Louise, how did these cars stay on your lot that long? And I'm here to tell you, they have got some great price point automobiles with low mileage, newer years at Grapevine Dodge. Along with, they have now special price pre-owned Challengers that they put into service, pulled them back out, and now they're discounting. You know, you can't get the new Charger Challenger anymore. Last year was last year of build out, and they've got about 30 sitting on the lot from the Hellcats and the RTs and the SXTs. They've got them, the Super Bs. The place, Grapevine Dodge, along with 3/4 ton Laramie Mega Cab, 20 grand off. They got it all right there at 121 and William D. Tate. They're remodeling, so when you pull up and it looks like the building is coming apart, no, they're actually putting it back together. Okay. So they're rebuilding the dealership, brand new from top to bottom. They gutted it down the studs, and now they're rebuilding it. So go make your deal today at Grapevine Dodge. 121 and William D. Tate, or online. Look at all their specials at grapevinedodge.com. That's grapevinedodge.com. So here's what I got. Are you ready? You know, when a commercial comes on and it's a drug, it's amazing. You have a new drug, and let's just say it's the Bow drug, and it says it helps.
We should have had Maddie play the Huey Lewis, I Want a New Drug.
You know,
with
with
this intro to this.
Yeah, problems and irritation, okay? But can cause drowsiness, headaches, vomiting, diarrhea, bloating, dizziness, rashes, and hair loss. But people still take it.
Oily discharge.
Yeah. They take it. Doesn't matter. They still take it. What if there was a commercial about a car that went that way?
In other words, you have a big shot on the car, and then the fine print, the little stuff is like.
So the all-new hybrid, great fuel economy, so many standard options, too many to list, a must drive. But
oh, here we go.
It can cause too much excitement, road rage, hands-free can fail and cause an accident. Infotainment system can cause you to drive off the road. New car smell can cause or possibly impair your vision.
The smell can impair your vision?
You're missing the point.
Oh, what's my point?
That's not true.
Okay, I got you.
Would you still go out and buy the car? Just think if there was disclaimers on.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, people still buy the drugs, so why wouldn't they buy the car?
It blows me away.
I don't know. Well, you know, I have to say that I was sick for a couple weeks, and I know I took some drugs that they prescribed that probably had side effects. But I was more interested in getting well. Yeah. But I don't take drugs on a regular basis. In other words, I don't have any prescriptions that I take in my normal daily life. But I was taking stuff that I wanted to get rid of that. Yeah. So that's kind of a different thing, though, isn't it?
It is.
Somebody that's taking stuff all the time that's going to have those side effects.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me that there's so many disclaimers out there and people do it anyway. What if there were disclaimers on cars?
Well, you read sometimes where they are when you read some of these people that write about these products, and it's just their opinion. But in those opinions is a lot of that information.
Oh, they take it to heart.
Right. And
you know, it's amazing, you know, all the things that they say about them, and then they go, Oh my gosh! But you hear a commercial about what drugs can possibly do to your body.
But they have to do that by law, don't they?
Yeah, but still, just think about it. When the disclaimers outweigh.
Oh, it's you know
what, Bo? Here's the thing: you're going to put this pill in your mouth, and the chances are it may help. But here's 16 things that might happen too. You may wake up with a third eye on your forehead. You're going to be feeling better, but you're going to have 3 eyes instead of 2.
Well, the one that kind of gets to me is when you take these antidepressant drugs, but it could cause you to commit suicide. I'm going like, now how does that work? You're supposed to be taking a drug to keep you from not being depressed, but if you take it, you might get to the place
suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
I
don't get that. Do you?
No.
You would think that would eliminate that.
Yeah.
Not that it would maybe lead you there. So those are the kind
I
of
was watching one the other day, and that's why I wrote that, is there was 9 things they announced at the end.
And did you want any of them?
I went, okay, I'll take number 4 and number 7. But the rest of it, maybe not so much.
Possible, cancer.
And I'm going, that is unbelievable. But how many people still run to their doctor and go, you know what? I'll take a batch of that.
Well, I do know people do that. They watch these commercials on TV and they do go to their doctors and say, hey, I saw a commercial of this drug and I think it'd work for me. And a lot of doctors just do it. They just do. I know that happened to my aunt and uncle. They were doing that. And she ended up passing away from these drugs, ate a hole in her stomach.
What was it? It was Rogaine, and what was the other one? Rogaine, minoxidil.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had a buddy that was taking both, and man.
Was it whacking him up?
Let me tell you what, I had a great head of hair.
Did it really work?
I had a great head of hair. And then I saw him about, a year later, and he was in bad shape. And I said, what happened? Well, because of how he is internally,
right?
It should have been one or the other.
He was doing both
because his brother was taking Rogaine. Man, I saw his brother like, holy cow, what's he doing? Man, I'm taking Rogaine. I was like, cock-a-doodle-doo. That is the cat's meow. Look at your hair, and he goes,
1 minute,
it's not falling out and everything. So anyway, his brother, and then next thing you know, everything started coming out going, hey.
All this health issues.
Hold the show.
He got hair, but
because it's not one size, fits all. It's going to work. But all the disclaimers now. And I was like, what if they were doing the car commercial where the guys are tapping their legs and clapping their hands? This may cause.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going.
And it probably will.
Would disclaimers slow people down from buying cars? I bet it would do more so than ever. Versus
the drug.
13 things you could wake up with a 4th ear hanging off your throat, but go ahead and try it. It may make you feel better than what they would disclaim on a car.
Right.
214-787-1190 is the number. If you've got any thoughts or comments, we would love to hear from you. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
So you got the grandkid this weekend, huh?
Yep.
What you plan on doing?
We're going to go see some robot movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And then whatever he wants to eat.
He
always gets to choose
for him, or you go buy something for him?
It depends. I mean, he loves, like every kid, mac and cheese,
pizza.
Loves cheese pizza only. He doesn't like any toppings.
Most kids like just cheese.
He likes chicken nuggets. Who doesn't? But he likes Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
Wow, Chick-fil-A's the best thing is their strips more than their.
He loves applesauce. He loves yogurt.
Have you taken him to Keller's yet?
No.
Got to wait till he gets a little older.
Yeah, I need to have somebody's locked and loaded before I take my grandson there.
That's true. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go anywhere without that. So wherever you need to go, call me. I need to start a security company, Bo Security.
Yeah, so Tuesday I'll be at acquiring my new protection.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have you checked on that?
What do you mean?
I got mine at Cabela's. If you like the one like we
Yes.
had.
Got it. I've never shot a gun. Obviously, never owned a gun. Well, I have, but it was
I shot one yesterday.
a handheld machine gun, one of the most powerful handheld machine guns. And I did a single shot, then semi-automatic, and then he put it on fully automatic. And it was one of the guys from SWAT, and he put his hand over the top of it, and I pulled it, and I was like, "What's it?" He goes, "It's going to raise up."
You're
I'm
right.
like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I can't.
Boy, did it raise up!
Yeah, that's
And it didn't come this way; it was just this
Yeah.
way.
of course.
And that's the only gun I ever shot.
I shot my Henry 44 Magnum yesterday. 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, I went hunting. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was up in that tree. Started snowing, and
Decided to get out.
I climbed down, took the gun, leaned it against the house.
Oh, is it?
Or with the tree. It was kind of a little house up in
Right,
it,
I got you.
and went home. And the snow covered up my foot tracks, and
They didn't know where you were?
they had everybody looking for me. I'm back in Irving in bed.
Oh, the bear got you.
Next day, there was a knock on the door, and I opened the door, and boy, did I get.
I bet
they
they
had game wardens, everybody looking for
I
me.
bet they yeah, you
And there was actually an alligator out there on the property, and they thought I got ate up.
You just left the gun and left. That's funny.
Hey, I didn't get it. You got to sit up there with the freezing cold snow and be quiet.
Now
That is not for Kurt.
Now that's the thing I'm not a hunter. I don't go hunting. I have my guns for protection and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't hunt. Now, if things get really bad, I might need to learn how.
Yeah.
But hopefully we don't have that problem.
Yeah, I don't get it being quiet and sitting still.
In freezing weather.
Yeah.
Just
Don't get it.
shaking like a puppy.
Yeah, don't get it.
Wait, and they never see nothing.
1 minute.
My brothers love it. My oldest son.
Oh, he's a hunter too, isn't he?
A few years ago, he got his first deer and skinned it, and took care of that, and then
Mr. Chase,
yes,
you have Ralph on hold as well.
got it. We'll take the caller first.
All right.
Boy, this place is rocking. There are plenty of people.
Man,
up
it's like getting ready for a concert or something.
here. Yeah.
Maybe it's because we're here.
I don't know. You got them lined up signing autographs.
Well, let's see. Yeah, it's busy here, but when we're here, it gets rocking around here.
Yeah.
Thanks for everybody being part of our. And that's not my song.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have with us this morning? Hello, caller.
Hey, good morning, Kurt. Good morning, Bo. This is Cliff and Keller.
Hey,
Well,
Cliff.
Buddy, you got dust on your automotive edge gear. We got to hook up, buddy. It's been sitting in my office. I look at it and I say, that belongs to Cliff. Now it's got dust on the bag. That's how long I've been waiting to get Cliff his hoodies. How are you, buddy?
The ball's in your park. Just anytime you're ready, let me know.
Well, I'm home all
Hey,
next week, so we'll get together. What's happening?
Okay, I got 3 quick hits and a lease question.
Got it.
So, car names.
Yep.
Just a little bit of trivia. Originally, the Camaro, the code name before it went into production was the Cheetah.
Yep.
And
That's cool.
And Speedster, you mentioned it earlier. I know of a Porsche Speedster, so maybe that's what you were thinking of.
That is correct.
That was a Studebaker,
Okay.
they
And
say,
then-
right?
Well, Plymouth actually had a car that they listed as Speedster, but it never came out as a Speedster. They changed it just to the transmission.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, okay. And I guess maybe the last time we spoke, you mentioned on what you'd like to see come back. You said the old-fashioned butcher shop.
Yep.
Well, the best barbecue place in the Metroplex, Outpost 36 in Keller on 377.
Yep.
They opened up, Dwight opened up a butcher shop there, and it's phenomenal.
Yes, he did.
So
let me tell you, I had that brown maple sausage, and my family went nuts. And then I went back and bought the scallops. They went nuts. And then while we were there, the butcher said, hey, I got buy 3, get 1 free jalapeno patties. And they were off the hook.
That.
Yeah, so Dwight's got it going on over there.
Oh, yeah. And their mahi-mahi, if they have that there when you're there, that's pretty good, too.
Yep. Smart move on Dwight's part.
Okay. There you go. So I have a lease question. You mentioned something about some changes. I didn't catch the full grasp of what you were saying, but I've called in before and asked about lease questions because I'm toying with it, but there's just so many concerns I have. And the one I have now, based on what you said, if I heard it right, is when you sign a lease and you have a residual value and you want to purchase it at the end of the lease, were you saying that now that they're requiring you to pay for, going through the car and looking at it before you can buy your own car?
Well, no, you can get with the lender, direct lender, and refinance the automobile with the direct lender. If you
just want to buy it outright, say
you just write them a check for the residual. You just write a check or go to your bank and get the residual. But if you go to the dealer and you, let's say in Bo's case, he's got an Acura on lease, and at the end of the lease, he wants to buy it. He goes to the dealer and says, I want to buy this car. The dealer will they cannot refinance the residual. So they have to buy the car for the residual, take it back to the shop first, and make sure the car has never been wrecked and there's nothing that can create a problem down the road anytime in the immediate future. Not foreseen, but immediate future. And then you decide whether you want to certify it, CPO the car, or just buy it as is and put a warranty on it. And the residuals are non-negotiable.
Now, what kind of price would they put on that, do you think?
A couple $100.
That's it?
To run it through the shop.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But if you need some repair, you'd have to pay for
the
Do what?
Kurt, is that the way it's been?
It has been. There are some that it was very easy just to call the manufacturer and go, hey, I want to refinance this. And they would just send you an agreement directly from, let's say, GMAC or whoever.
Honda.
It didn't matter. Capital One. Didn't matter. They would send you the paperwork, and then you would take the balance of the residual and refinance it. Now, the dealers are not just buying the residuals because of all the lawsuits that have come up where they were refinancing the residuals and the car had been in a wreck or it was flooded or there was problems with the car, and they would refinance it, just the residual. They were not being run through the shops, and the people would come back and sue them. So everything has changed. The only way the dealer is going to finance that is they're going to put that thing on a rack in their shop, or they're not going to.
But that's not bad, a couple $100. But then you'd have to still buy the warranty, right? If they CPO it, that charge would be added to the vehicle.
Yeah, but remember, if they CPO the car, certified pre-owned, they have to go by the guidelines of the manufacturer, where the tires all have to match.
Right.
It has to supersede a regular state inspection. That thing has to be jammed up jelly tight in order for them to, because they have to turn in that CPO paperwork to the manufacturer to get the special finance and warranty.
Would they still warranty it without CPO in it? Could they do that too?
Depending on what was left on the factory warranty.
I got you. Well, there you go.
Okay. One last question then. During the pandemic, or maybe as a result of the pandemic, I had heard that some of the dealers or the brands were not allowing you to trade, like if you had a Toyota or something that you wanted to trade in for a Chevy or something like that, that they weren't allowing that to happen. Is that something that?
Well,
okay, is that something?
No, you can trade that in, but what they were doing, they were setting their own market value. I'll give you a great example. A buddy of mine had a BMW. The residual on it was 38 and change. He went to trade it in with another brand, and the payoff was 44. So remember that BMW owned the car. The person didn't know, so they can set that price at whatever. So what they had to do was go ahead and buy the residual and then trade the car in, which they saved themselves all the money plus the tax savings. But the owner of that vehicle, they can supersede their own residual. They don't have to release it at that residual. And that's why they try to keep you in-house, but they're going to maintain that money based on whatever they want it to be.
So technically, yeah.
So I thought you said that couldn't change, though, that the residual is set in stone.
It is for you.
Oh.
It is for the consumer. But if you took your Chevrolet and you had a residual on it and you went over to Ford and they called and said, "What are you doing with it?" "Oh, we're trading it in." They can put whatever number they want on it, and it's going to deter you from trading that vehicle in.
They want you to come back to the manufacturer you have originally bought it from.
I got a call on that going, "Isn't that illegal?" I said, "There's nothing illegal about it. It's just the way it is."
Okay.
But if you have a Honda and you trade it for a Honda, they won't do that to you.
Right. Yep, you get the tax credit and everything on it.
So the best move if you're going to buy your car at the end of the lease is, if you can, either get save up cash for it or get external financing or something like that.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Well, give me a call. I'm available anytime this week.
Good. I'm in town all week. I will give you a call on Monday. Okay. We'll set up a time to break bread.
Great. Well, y'all have a great rest of the weekend, and thanks for answering my questions.
You as well, buddy. Thanks so much. Okay. Let's go to the phones. We got Ralph still holding for us.
I don't have a whole lot of time. I work till after the break.
Hello?
Maddie,
are you there?
Oh. Okay.
Hey, this is Ralph.
Yes, I just had to switch it over. You had to give me a second.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, you don't have to yell at me, Maddie. Golly.
I think I did yell.
Ralph, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Hey, we went over a little bit. Can we go to break and you hold on for us?
Sure.
All right, super. Maddie, let's go ahead and what do we got here? About 30 seconds?
About a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to break. We got Ralph Paul with your CBD store coming up and a whole lot more here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show today, live, Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise here on 114 between Main Street and Texan Trail. Come on out. We're going to be here to the noon hour. They'll be here a lot longer. Don't go away because we'll be right back.
So if back to the lease deal on the Acura, I could work out a payment set up with Honda itself without even going back to the dealer.
Hashtag Kurt Chase, best friend. Thanks, Carol.
Yeah.
You and your beautiful granddaughter have a fantastic day, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, he feels a little better now. He's not so heartbroken.
I'm number one. That's all that matters.
Look how she spelled y'all.
I don't believe in participation.
Y-A-W-L, y'all. That's country as it can be right there.
Yep.
So I could work out a payment plan with Honda instead of even going back to the dealer?
Well, you're going to have to run it back through the dealer because they want to
check it.
They're going to have to check that car.
Okay, I got
you. You know, and it being a lease car. You know, I that's one thing I did when they wrecked Melinda's car is, you know, I contacted them.
So
hey, the car had been wrecked.
The dealer?
Yeah, no, I went to the lease company.
Oh.
Your car has been wrecked.
Ah.
And so they came out and took pictures, and then we ordered all OEM parts.
Right.
They had all the stickers, scanned them, and took the vehicle back. Not a dime out of pocket. a lot of people, they don't do that. They get into an accident and they figured, okay, my insurance is going to take care of it. And they go to trade it in.
They don't really do.
They're like, whoa, wait a minute here. This thing was not well
done, fixed.
Yeah,
right?
It was. This just not good. And so they get into a lot of trouble financially.
Yeah. Well, that's something you might want to cover one day, is letting people know if they have a lease and they have an accident that they might want to make sure to do that, because a lot of people probably don't know to do that. And I'm sure they want OME parts.
OEM.
What'd I say?
OME. Close.
Dyslexia. So,
you know, I burnt my finger twice this week.
From what?
I got one of those, what do you call them things where you cook the hot dogs in it?
Like it goes around?
No. Do your hot dogs in?
Oh, air fryer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got to touch that air fryer when you open
I touched it and I had 2 pieces of pizza and that thing flipped across the kitchen.
Bad. You can't. You got to watch that because that sucker's hot.
Oh,
I've touched it before too.
And then I'm standing there talking to Melinda, and I reached in. I didn't have the pot holder right, and man, it just scorched my whole finger. She was laughing. I said, "That's twice in one day." So what happened to that pizza? I said it got launched across the kitchen.
You learned your lesson yet about that? Yeah, I don't do nothing on that air fryer when I open it. I've got really almost need gloves.
Yeah, I had the doors open and letting it cool down. It didn't matter.
No, it's hot.
The Emerald Agassi edition. That's a bad boy. I haven't used rotisserie yet.
Well,
yeah.
How come? You like to cook on the grill anyway.
I got that Joe-tisserie.
A Joe-tisserie.
That's a bad man. I put a turkey on that puppy and tied it up. It spun that thing for 6.5 hours.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I kept basting it, and I had that little juice pan blow it. Oh, butter.
Butter.
And then I removed the pan and let some of that drip in there and got that smoke on there and crisped that skin.
How did your turducken turn out?
Real good.
But it was pain, wasn't it? You said.
Oh, never again. There's the guys up in Louisville called the Bayou Brothers.
Yeah.
You take Business 121 going through Grapevine.
Right. Just buy
I'll pay I don't care what it is. Never again. That is an art.
Yeah.
And very tedious. Where my ADD fights me.
I bet.
Selling turnips on a flatbed truck, crunching on a pork rind when she
selling turnips on a flatbed truck.
Drinking beer with my girl in her beach.
214-787-1190 is the number. Let's go to the phone lines. We have Ralph Paul, the owner of your CBD store, Keller. Good morning, and how are you?
Good morning. Good to hear from you guys.
Hey, I got to tell you something real quick. This Ralph Paul, the owner of your CBD store, Keller.com. Go on there right now and take a look at the product. So I got a phone call on Wednesday. My brother Vinny called, and he goes, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" He never just calls me out of the clear blue unless he wants something. He goes, "I got to tell you something. I thought I separated my shoulder or hurt my shoulder. I was working out. I didn't know what was going on. I could hardly move. I was having issues." And I went, wait a minute here. Went into his room, put the spray on his shoulder, let it dry, put the cream on, the pain cream, and he goes, "Kurt, 30 minutes later, I was out working in the yard." He goes, "I got to tell you, you tell that company, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. That is the real deal."
That's absolutely wonderful. We hear those stories on a regular basis. I was playing golf last week, and I had a sample of our pain cream. A gentleman, he had a bad elbow, and he couldn't come back, and he couldn't keep his arm straight. Put the pain cream on the golf course, and within minutes, he's like, "Wow, night and day difference." And we saw him as a customer. Yep. And one of your friends, Cindy, called already this morning, and she just ordered. And I think she gets product for her husband, and so that's very positive.
And then, Bo, you got a little testimonial on your son?
So you had a sample for us to try, that Brain Boost, correct? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
And he called me from Stephenville saying, Dad, you're not going to believe how great this product is. He said it was just fantastic.
And he's a full-time student out there at Tarleton State.
Right. He said the awareness that it brought to him, the energy, he said it just was incredible with no kind of jitters or anything. And he called specifically to tell me to pass that information on to you, how great that product is. So I know that's a new product. That's a new product for you,
right.
But that's a home run, he said. And he said that's, in his eyes, of all the things he's tried, that was way by far the best thing he had ever tried. So there you go.
That's so positive. We just love hearing these stories. Something along the same lines is our mushroom gummies. There's no CBD or no THC in it, but it stabilizes mood, fights brain fog and fatigue, sharpens memory, boosts the immune functions, and promotes healthy stress response. So along with the brain boost is the mushrooms, and one of the mushrooms they consider the smart mushroom. And, it just gives people an advantage.
There's hope for me yet.
So anyway, we just got some great products, and the great stories we listen to on a regular basis just are rewarding. So, and we're in our new shop now.
Cool.
The store, we redid the floors and everything, so we're ready to rock and roll again.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset with you about that, Ralph. Pretty upset with you. And I helped Ralph move out into another facility, and I said, just as soon as you're ready to move in, you call me, and I'll be doggone if that turkey just totally blew me off and moved in without me there helping. So I got to empty the place, but I didn't get to move into the new place.
That ain't good.
No, he chose some guy named James over me.
You didn't get the reward.
I didn't. I like helping out, and so he really bust my bubble on that one. So Ralph,
well, we appreciate all your efforts, but go ahead.
You guys ship for free,
yes,
but the
sir.
big thing is let's do a consultation. When you go to yourcbdstorekeller.com, there's a phone number. Make the phone call and talk to Hannah and talk to Carol, talk to you, talk to Chrissy, because you know what, that conversation is paramount, because your product isn't one size fits all.
Absolutely. And there's just a lot of variables with people, and we have to take those things in consideration. And so, it's a journey. It's a journey, and we enjoy helping people, and the great stories we listen to on a regular basis. It's just so rewarding. So,
well, that's all.
You guys are great testimonies.
I was going to say that's all the more the reason to have a conversation with y'all, so you can help lead them to the right decisions.
Exactly. And you guys, when you talk about our products and so forth, you speak from the heart.
Yes.
Just like you do with the cars and so forth. You guys speak from your heart, and I think people understand that, and they appreciate that. And not just with the CBD, but with the car industry. And I think that's just a phenomenal thing. You guys are at a point in life where you care. And I think people hear that and understand that as you do your show.
Yeah, we got to Pensacola, Florida, and Melinda goes, oh, my gosh. We switched suitcases, and my nighttime gummies were in there.
Oh.
And lo and behold, I called Ralph. They had one 20 minutes away, and we got to go pick up a batch of the nighttime gummies. And there's some things that you get used to. A great night's sleep is paramount. Your brain stimulation is paramount. Right now, I'm taking the blueberry tincture to help with my acid reflux. I am also taking – you got a new product out there, too. That you want to talk about, the new gummies. Why don't you let everybody know about the Libido gummies?
Well, the Libido gummies have been pretty successful. Again, they're all natural, and it's for him and her. And we have it with THC and then also without. So it's fast-acting vegan gummies, and I'm hearing some real positive stories about it. So but it's not just you take one. It's not a Viagra. It's something that builds in your system. So you got to take it one gummy or two gummies a day.
That's right. Well, the place, yourcbdstorekeller.com, that's yourcbdstorekeller.com. They are approved organic. They're the cleanest. They're the best. Then it comes down to people letting you know, because when you're putting stuff on your face or on your arms or your body and ingesting, you want to bet the best product with the best people to tell you what you're taking. The place, yourcbdstorekeller.com. My house has got plenty of product. We take it every day with 4 family members, and a lot of friends now are jumping on board. Ralph, I'll see you over. Are you at the store today?
30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll be over there because I want to get the brain boost and get some of that shipped out. Yourcbdstorekeller.com. Ralph, we'll see you here in a little bit.
You got it. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you.
You bet. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. Don't go away. Big Will Bo Carver. He'll be right back. Wow. Abby's playing Elton John.
What's wrong with Elton? Nothing wrong with Elton.
Whole soul there.
When you get home, you need to update your computer here. Keeps wanting me to do it. So do that when you get a chance. Yeah, Graham was so. I mean, I've never even heard him that excited about anything than that brain boost. He said it was just incredible what it did for him.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 4-pack of that, and my son is working in a very stressful industry.
Which one?
Colton.
Oh,
he's now a partner in that brokerage.
Right, I got you.
And get him a 4-pack, see what he thinks about it.
He said, too, what he did, he drank half of it. That's all he had. And then he put the other half in the refrigerator, which didn't hurt anything because it's not carbonated.
Yeah.
Just kept it cool, and then had it the next day, and he had the same result on just half of a can. So have him try just a half first. Have you done it? Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. But he said the half worked great for him. He didn't even need a whole, and then had a good one this next day. So you try to maybe get some for him down there being in college. And
good morning, Stavana Tyler. That's a cool name, Stavana.
She's
never seen that name.
She's a great lady. Lives in Justin, Texas. And
John, right?
Good morning, John. Did you get his shirt out to him?
They're being produced.
Okay, John, that shirt's coming out to you at some point here.
I gave away last week. I gave away 40 shirts. I've got 100 of them that are being printed. They'll be ready by midweek. Then I'll get it out to you. Bo sent me your information.
Yeah, he's got it.
I got plenty of white, but everybody wants the black.
Yeah, well, the colors are better, and I think the logo pops better on the black to me.
Okay.
It's dressier too. Black is always dressier.
Yep.
White's a little on the summery.
I got the new sweat tops, the hoodies, but the long sleeve shirts, they go quick.
Yep.
So I'm having to make more.
And John, I don't even have one. So
yeah, well, yeah. Bo sent me a message yesterday, so I got my son making. The black and green has been a hit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the best color.
Yeah, so I'm going all black and green for the next two orders.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Real good move. And just long sleeve or doing short too?
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's winter time.
Yeah.
And they'll get worn more.
Well, that's what he wants. So, good to go.
Yep. Everybody's rocking.
It is everywhere, man. This is like, you would think they were having a state fair here. And by the way,
are you a corn dog person?
You know, I do like corn dogs. I don't eat them very often. But I do like them, especially with the mustard.
I don't like it cornmeal on the outside.
See, I do.
Can't do it.
Well, see, the one thing is I'm not a big wiener eater. The only one I like is
for some reason every time you make comments, they just kind of take a right hand turn, for whatever reason. I love hot dogs.
Well,
but I like a grilled hot dog.
Well, first of all, the only one I really like is Hebrew Nationals.
Yeah. My all-time favorite.
So, going and buying the cheaper versions and all that.
Yeah,
not for me.
Way.
And so I spend a lot more money for the Hebrew Nationals.
The snap on that Hebrew National is the best. By far.
It's top dollar, top grade.
But I like them on the grill. I don't like them microwave. I
air fry mine, and they're fire.
You know what I did? What you did? I put little scores on it. And it was okay for an air fry. It was, and the thing was, it was pouring down rain, so I couldn't set up my grill. But anyway, it was Hebrew National's way to go. I wish they just made them bigger.
Well, yeah, they do make a bigger one.
Oh, do they?
I bought a bigger one.
Huh.
Yeah, they make the thinner, but I bought a little more of a jumbo size just the other day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? I like pickle relish and low mustard.
I like that too. I'm a mustard guy with any hot dog kind of stuff. John says
I don't get the ketchup.
He says he likes corn on the cob. I love corn on the cob too.
My sister makes the best corn on the cob, and she takes and grills it, and halfway done, she'll take and put mayonnaise, paprika, and something else on it. Oh, Parmesan cheese. And then wrap it and throw it back on that grill, buddy.
That sounds
I can
fantastic.
eat 4 or 5 of them.
I bet. He said he's going to wear that shirt with pride. So we'll make sure you get it and wear it. Pride.
214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney and Eldorado Mazda in McKinney. We were just up there the other day, and I got to see Jason Lawing. Let me just tell you what. You will not be unhappy shopping or buying whatever it is at Eldorado Chevrolet and McKinney. That's why they're 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. Yeah, they sell a ton of vehicles, but they want to be the best at every sale that they make. And it shows when you're 8-time in a row Chevy Dealer of the Year. From their full line of EVs, you're looking to lease a EV, there's not a better place than Eldorado Chevrolet. You're looking for a pickup truck, over $13,000 off, not a better place than Eldorado Chevrolet. And when it comes to their Tahoes and their Suburbans, not a better place than Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney, 380 and 75. Jason Lawing, Rusty McDonald, Jazz Gill, Tommy Milton over at Mazda. They've got you covered. There's a reason why they're the top dealer. For me, service is paramount. You wouldn't believe how many places I walk out when the salespeople don't know what they're doing. And here's the second largest purchase of your life, and things just are not clicking. Man, I'm up and out of there. You won't have that at Eldorado Chevrolet. We have bought 6 vehicles now from Eldorado Chevrolet for family and friends in the last year. And we've got 2 more going over to acquire vehicles. Bo's going to be looking at one of their electric vehicles. The place, Eldorado Chevy, 380 and 75 in McKinney. See why they are 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. From sales to service, you can't lose. And when it comes to Mazda, the reason Mazdas are selling so much is their incentives and discounts. They are number 1 right now in incentives and discounts in the marketplace. Their numbers are through the roof. Now's the time, from their CX-50 to their CX-9 and everything in between. Head to 380 and 75 or log on right now to EldoradoChevy.com. So what does it take to bring in a dealership? Well, I saw an article the other day, and it said Chevy is teaming up with Erewhon. You ever heard of Erewhon? Me neither.
I have now, but I don't know what it is.
A trendy organic grocery chain in the great state of the Wackadoodle-Doos.
Oh.
And they give away a bottle of protein-rich drink made from blue algae to people who test drive the Equinox EV.
Okay, First of all, did that entice you to do that drink? Was that something that you would go, bam?
I gotta go drive.
I gotta go test drive that.
Well, apparently, the Equinox. Get this, Equinox EV electric juice. Isn't that incredible? The Equinox EV electric juice is a limited edition wellness beverage from Erewhon's Instagram famous tonic bar, which collaborates with Hollywood celebrities on a creation such as the $19 Hailey Bieber strawberry glazed skin smoothie. Get this, electric juice is made from chocho, a nutrient-rich legume from the Andes Mountains, and blue spirulina, which Chevy described as an electric blue superfood that matches the Equinox EV's signature color. The drink designed to energize and recharge, according to General Motors brand. It's free to anyone who drives and tries out the new Equinox EV at Erewhon Studio City Market on September 27th.
I'd like to know the results of that. Of course, out there in Wackadoodle land, that might
Could
be
you
something.
imagine getting a flyer and come drive? We got some goo-goo juice just for driving a car.
I know what'll get you into a Ford dealership to drive a truck is offer a 6-pack of Bud Light or something.
I don't think Bud Light would.
No, what would be? What would be?
Miller Lite.
Yeah, I don't know.
Modelo.
Yeah, that would do it.
I don't drink beer.
No, but I'm saying, that might get some Texans out.
So let me ask you a question.
But
If you got a key in the tube, you open up your mailbox and there's that plastic tube and it's got a key in it. Do you go to the dealer and try it?
I don't even get it. I don't even understand what they were saying, so it'd go right in the trash.
Would you test drive for a chance to win a 72-inch TV?
That might do it.
Huh.
See, that might get it.
Would you take your scratch off to the dealer to see if you won?
Now, that, I think, has some legitimacy to it if, in fact, they have some winnings in it.
Would you go to a dealership for a chance to win a free vacation by test driving?
Yeah, I would. I'd do
Would
that.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you test drive a vehicle for a free oil change?
Probably.
Huh.
Well, oil changes are pretty up there now.
Well, we did what we call the key in the tube all the time, and none of them worked.
Yeah, that story's not a good story, though. That's not a good story.
So
if it was an accurate story,
I'm going to post the video. I'm going to have you help me do it. There was a dealer in Oklahoma, and nobody liked the general manager. He was a real patoo.
Right.
So they took the actual key that did work on the car and made sure.
Well, first of all, you have to explain the fact that he did all this.
Okay, so he took the key to the car and he had them locked.
There was not going to be
there was not going to be a winner.
There was not going to be a winner. So that's the
they went into his office and took the key and put it in a tube. And they said, "Are you here for the sale?" And they said, "We're here. We have our tube." So he took the tube and was like he was checking it and switched it. And gave him the tube.
But it wasn't the original guy. Who actually did that? One of the salespeople?
One of the sales managers.
Okay.
And so here's everybody lined up with all their tubes, and they're pulling the keys out, and they're going, "Well, no, we don't have one." They're giving them like this little cheap tool set or jumper cables or whatever the case may be. And so they've gone through like 50, 60 people, and it's not. And every other day doing the drum roll and the music, the whole 9 yards. Well, here comes Joe Bag of Donuts. And he puts in the key and it fires up.
And that guy,
that GM went nuts
through the roof, didn't he?
And they have it all on video.
How shocking he must have. Nothing's better than that story. That had to just.
So he goes back in his office and there's a tube in there.
His heart dropped. Didn't it? All the way
he had to give that car away.
I'm glad. See, that's what gives
I loved it.
Bad name and people are thinking something's legit and it's not. But if it's legit, I would do it. I mean, I would go and try to start a car.
I'll tell you something funny. My brother, we had a hole-in-one when I was working for Dave McDavid.
It's another crazy story.
And he goes, if I get the hole-in-one, you get the big screen TV. I'll be darned if he didn't do it. And I was like, holy cow. And back then, 60-inch was unheard of.
Yeah, of course.
Wow,
And
I'm getting a
expensive.
60-inch TV. So the dinner came. I'm looking around. I can't see my brother. He done loaded up that TV and left.
Oh, he changed his mind?
Changed his mind. And then I'll tell you another one is we had a customer hit a hole-in-one, and they won a Jeep, and they were so mad because it was a right-hand drive Jeep.
Oh,
so we special ordered one, hoping it would sell. It never did. So we figured, okay, we're just going to give it away in the golf tournament for a hole-in-one. The guy hits a hole-in-one. He was livid that his Jeep was a right-hand drive.
I don't care. I'd have still drove it.
Oh,
that's a free vehicle.
It's a free vehicle.
Well, I brought up to you a few months back to where there was when we were talking about something that there was a lawsuit going on for they had a hole-in-one deal. And they were giving a vehicle, and then they didn't do it.
Yeah,
remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And had some reason why. I don't know what it was, but when you do something like that.
Well, see, for me, we buy the insurance,
right, to protect.
Yeah, so if we do, then we're insured on it, and the policy was nothing, but the chance of you hitting a hole-in-one, or one in a bazillion, whatever. But there
Still
is that time that you look at that PGA tournament where they let the caddies hit for a hole-in-one, and one of the top players, his caddy hit a hole-in-one. And won the car.
There you go.
Give it away. If you're going to take and put something out, we always did the vacation and the money, and we made sure somebody was going to win something.
Right.
But don't do it if you're not going to. But that video, when they started that car, to see him run, I'm going, whoa, it totally blew himself.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That drink is not going to get me to drive a car out in California.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I don't even get what they're even talking about. And even when they tried to sell it, didn't even get me interested.
We did the scratch off to come in, and the top prize was like $10,000.
That I like.
And there was all these different things. We never gave away the money. We did give away a TV. We gave away some oil changes. We gave away this. But
that's great.
I just that stuff used to drive me nuts because it was always on a Saturday too. Your busiest day.
And you got to do that.
All these people would show up for.
I'm not really interested in buying.
And the manager had to scratch it. Yeah. And you're going, wow, why do we do this? But what would it take for you to go to a dealership? Would one of those prizes actually entice you to go to a dealership? Whether it's a free car or scratch off.
When you had those, did you have a lot of people come in?
Oh, buddy, by the droves.
Well, that just shows you right there that they do.
Nobody bought a car. The whole deal is to bring in traffic.
Yeah. But then it didn't really pay off.
The sad part was how many people felt bad about just coming in. So they took a salesman on a test drive and spent all this time. Oh, by the way, I'm here for a scratch off.
Oh, yeah.
That was the killer.
Yeah, that's instead of just saying,
well, I'm not really interested. But, hey, I got this thing in the mail. And so we put a sign up.
Please,
if you're here for blah, 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 please notify us right away. Because my sale people were, after a while, that was a beating.
I'm sure.
But I've seen plenty of hole-in-ones where people have won, whatever the case may be. But I've given away a bunch of TVs. For whatever reason, a lot of those scratch offs, somebody won a TV.
Well, I think,
or a year of oil changes, or whatever it is.
To me, I think it'd be better to do that after they bought. In other words, have these prizes for after they bought.
You only qualify if you buy something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Why?
It just rules and regulations.
It's against the law to do that?
The manufacturer wouldn't let you do it. It was the contest prior to any and on every one of them, guess what it said? No purchase required. You had to do it every time.
I know that, but I'm saying that you do it when someone buys a vehicle. You set it up that way.
Oh, so if you buy a vehicle, then you have an opportunity.
Get the vacation, or you get the this or the that. That's the way it should be. Now, that's an enticement right there.
Yeah,
because if you're interested in buying a car, say next month, you go like, hey, right now, this month, we're giving away vacation or this, that, or other. I'm going to go in and go like, hey, I'm getting a little more interested now than I am next month.
We did that one time, and everybody wanted to know the value so they could take it off the selling price of the vehicle. It's incredible. I mean, people know a bunch of different ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
214. I don't think anybody's ever skinned a cat. I don't know why we keep saying.
Oh, I bet they have. They're doing it in America right now.
214-787-1190. Yeah. 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that's crazy. They want the discount of the. They don't want the vacation, so they want the discount of what that vacation would buy. Is that what they would be doing?
Do what?
So they didn't want the vacation, so they'd say, "Hey, just deduct the money of
Yeah."
It's always something, isn't it?
And I'd go. It doesn't work that way, folks. We have a company that we've contracted.
Right.
No. Well, how much was it? And so you have to lie.
Yeah.
I said, well, look, we bought 20 of them. They're $500 a piece. What do you mean? Well, we bought them in bulk.
Right.
And through an agency, so we didn't have to pay
$1,500 or $2,000.
Whatever, yeah. Oh, that's it? Yeah, but you still get the whole value of the $2,500 on the vacation. Oh.
And some of them still wanted the $500?
Oh, they were just mad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can just keep that. No, you're going on a nice vacation. Buddy, we used to do some stuff that, oh, man, I'm glad I have a forgiving God.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, we did some contests and spiffs that we just shouldn't have been doing them.
Well, and that's what gave, a lot of the car business kind of bad names over the years and bad raps. But I think there's been a lot of changes to get that kind of gone. I think I would think more people are more trusting of a dealers now. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, the internet, obviously there's a lot of fictitious stuff that's on the internet, but for the most part,
and there's still bad people out there that will hurt you if you're not careful.
There's still so much bait and switch out there. For me, when my last time for a dealer, I put a copy on the door of the dealership of the car that we took one and we just strip it out. They always lost somewhere around, a couple $1,000 way back of invoice. And I always put them first come, first serve. And then I always had a Polaroid camera. Even when you couldn't find one, we had one. So when it got bought, we posted the picture right next to the ad.
So they would know.
Yeah. And so people would know, oh, I'm sure it's already sold. Yep, so-and-so right here just bought it. Here's a picture. They were the first ones here this morning and took delivery. You don't have another one like it at that price? No, we don't. Because they were what they call leader ads. And
the same thing they do on Good Friday.
Yeah.
They got 5 items, and then they advertise it like they've got 1,000 of them, and they line up out the door.
Right. Yep.
Have you ever done a Good Friday thing or Black Friday?
Oh yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. That surprised me with you. I would never thought you'd done that.
I did one, and I got to Toys R Us at 5 a.m, and it was blistering cold for. I wish my nose quit itching. What is that? I'm trying to think.
Kind of game.
It was
system?
Yeah, and my daughter wanted it, and I got
PlayStation, like that.
It was like a PlayStation, but it was Wii.
Wii, okay, yeah.
And so I got there, and I was number 3, and luckily where we were standing, the concrete came out.
30 seconds.
And I was bundled up, and that wind was just ice cold. So we get into Toys R Us, and we all walk in, and there's a line from here, out the door. Next thing you know, the police show up. I'm like, what's going on here? They already knew. Folks, we have an announcement. We only got 15.
Oh.
And buddy, so
I'm
number 3. I go and get mine. I'm going out the door, and this guy offered me quadruple what I paid for it to have it.
Did you sell it?
No. I told my daughter, that, what do you want? All I want is the Wii. And she wanted it for all the workout and everything that was on it.
Right.
And and that guy goes all the way to my car. I was like, buddy, this is going home with me. You won't take, I got cash. I'm like, no.
We had the Wii, and I did bowled a 300 on it.
Did you?
Yeah, I sure did.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing. It doesn't matter. We are here to help. We're here today live, Grapevine Ford, home of the love it or leave it promise. You don't absolutely love that vehicle when you get it home, bring it back. Cameron Martin and Andrew Boaz, they're going to put you in the one that you do love, because they want you happy when you're making the payments. They want you telling people. They want you enjoying. And the only way to do that is to make sure you're on the right one. And the place, Grapevine Ford, Cameron Martin, Andrew Boaz, are the ones in charge, making sure things happen and making sure that you are completely satisfied. Let's see here. Big Wheel Body Shop. If you got that 3/4 ton or bigger, the place, whether it's a bus, an RV, dump trucks, trash trucks, 18-wheelers, the place, 35 and Risinger Road. You're going to head west about a half a mile up on the right-hand side to Big Wheel Body Shop. Will Sakala and his family owned and operated. His son is one of the salespeople there. His mom handles the books. His daughter is there. And they're accountable in a whole different level because it's his name and his reputation. So when you see that final product, it will blow you away from what it looked like to what it is. You think you're getting back into a new vehicle. The place, BigWheelsBodyShop.com. That's BigWheelsBodyShop.com. Good morning, Cliff. You know Cliff?
I sure do. He's a singer. I played music with him several times.
Wow.
Great singer, great player, great guy, great family, great fisherman. He fishes all the time. Cliff Waltrip.
Never fished in my life. Maybe I need to hook up with Cliff. Put a pole in the water.
I don't like to fish either. I'm not a hunter or fisher. I did go out one time in the Gulf of Mexico and my buddy back in the day, and we went speckled trout fishing, and they were biting like crazy. Now, that was kind of fun because we were just dropping the line down to the bottom and kind of turned the reel a couple times, and they would jump on it, and those speckled trout were huge. But that's all. Yeah, that was the only time I ever had fun fishing. But he's a bass fisherman, and he's got all the bass rig and everything, so he's good to go.
Well, here, let's get into some of the Q&A. I want to thank everybody. The questions have been pouring in the last few weeks. A lot of people on the bubble not knowing who the next president of the United States is going to be. We know who we would love to have there that will change everybody's lives again. Whether you like the person or not is immaterial. It's all about the bottom line. And so a lot of people are sending in questions going, what do you think? Should I? Could I? What do I do? I don't have that crystal ball, but I can give you a good ballpark on this way or that way. Would you buy a car that had over 5K in damage? Sure. Not a problem. If I got to see the car, go through the car, and I had the work order that showed what was done to the car. I'll give you a good example. The other day, there was a vehicle with $6,700 in damage, and $4,000 of it was parts, just parts. So when you take the parts plus the work that needed to be done, and the work was done extremely well, I had no issues at all buying that automobile. In fact, I endorsed it, and they bought it. And so when I saw it, and you figure a $4,000 part and then $2,700 in labor, I was going, this was done right. This vehicle, there was some bumper work needed to be done, but this one part was really the main cost of the whole vehicle, the work that was done, and it was quality, and they had a lifetime transferable warranty on the paint and body work that was done. Wouldn't even blinked about it. We put that up on a rack. We took a look at it, top of the line work, and I said, buy it. Now, there's some that, looks like somebody gave their kids a paintbrush and a wrench and told them to fix the car, and that would be the total opposite and say absolutely no. Is the end of the lease residuals negotiable? We talked about this early. They're not. Even if the market was to drop and your residual's $24,000, but the car is only worth $21,000, well, that's a hit to the owner of the car. It's no bearing on you, but you can go, well, the market is really falling on this vehicle. I'm showing it only books out at 18. They don't care. they're not going to discount the vehicle for you. It's still the $21,000 on the residual, period.
Right now, though, that's not really a big problem, though.
No, that's why it's called a closed-end lease.
Right.
Everything's closed in. It's printed that way, and it is the way it is.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. What is the safest way to buy a car from an individual? Take the car over to Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Have them inspect it, headlight to taillight, and then you want to see the person's license that's selling it. You want to do a title trace on the title. You want to do a buyer's order, and then you want to do it when the banks and the DMV are open, period. When the banks and the DMV are open. Why? Because you want to make sure that the cashier's check, if they have one, isn't bogus, and we've seen a bunch of them. There's no counterfeit money, that the transaction is done well, that you have a buyer's order written up, and then you have a WIO, that you didn't promise anything, and they've had the car inspected, they've looked it over, they're completely satisfied, they sign that document. So if there's ever a situation where you go to court, they go, well, they didn't tell me this. You already had that opportunity. You said everything was hunky-dory and fine, and you're buying the vehicle, period. That's how that happens. So there are some steps and things that you need to do when buying from an individual that you have to that you don't have to do with the dealer, because they cross all the T's and dot all the I's for you. For an individual, it's just a cash transaction. And there's a lot of people getting burned out there because they just don't know. Buying cars with bogus titles, it's not really their car. Or you're buying a car and find out that there's all these liens on it because they didn't pay any of the toll bills, and you can't get the license plates for the cars. There's a lot of stuff that you need to check out.
You might even find out they
you buy
never even owned the car.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people I say, when I'm looking at the car and I say, do you have the title? They show me the title. I said, can I see your driver's license? And then they say, why? And stop the show right
That's a
then
heads
and there.
up right there.
Well, I'm just helping somebody out. I'm not, you know what? I mean, every circumstance is different. I have helped people that they've lost a loved one and the title was in their name, and they take a look at it. Well, my wife passed away, my husband passed away.
But they can back it up with their license. It may be the same name.
That's
or
right.
Some document shows us that's my mom or my dad, maybe a death certificate or anything.
Yeah, power of attorney.
Anything that would show that they have the right to sell that vehicle, not just like, they don't.
Yeah, but when you ask them for their license and they hesitate or go, no, well, time out, there's an issue there that something's not copacetic, and so I'm not playing in that arena. I'm not. I'm 100% out on it.
Well, it's just
1 minute.
Risky too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you figure out nowadays, just, it's just a risky thing to do. It's just really better to try to get a dealer to give you the kind of money that you're needing for that car, or buying it from a place that's reputable, whatever the word is.
Yeah, well, I saw the video where the guy's sitting there, and this company pulls up, and they're backing up his car, and his wife turns on the camera. They haul the Honda Accord off. He's calling the police, and the guy that sold it, they actually went in his house and found stacks of bogus titles.
Yep.
And it was a rental car that he did a title on. The guy paid him cash, and the car's gone. And he's out.
Yep.
So it's different times now.
Yes, it is.
I don't think you necessarily have to worry about roll down odometers and things like that. You can figure that out pretty quick. But the rest of it, they can slide it by you, and then you're stuck like Chuck.
Yes.
214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We will be right back.
So who's some big games today? Is there
SMU and Florida State.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, it's a 7:00 game, I think.
Yep.
Tonight.
Michigan and Minnesota, which
That's
is
an
always a good
HBC
game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last night, Rutgers played
Washington State, wasn't it?
What a game.
I didn't see it. I went to bed early.
Yeah, Rutgers now 4-0.
How about that?
Came from behind. Yeah.
I don't think
I turned it on right in the fourth quarter.
I don't think Rutgers has ever had a team, have they?
No, they're playing some good football right now. And it's amazing how many colleges are undefeated. How many teams?
There's some really good teams, and when you look at that top 20,
I don't know who's going to beat Georgia. God, those kids are big. That is one ginormous football team.
Yeah, they've been good for a long time. So
Yeah.
They got the magic there because, once you become a big time player, they're going to be able to get the guys.
Oh yeah. I mean, they are monster players. I mean, these guys are ginormous that are playing for Georgia.
I am shocked how the SEC just basically gave Texas a free ticket to the playoffs. Their schedule is so soft.
Oh, I know.
I can't believe that. I mean, I was talking to Matt the other day about his Gamecocks, and he's real ticked about it because the Gamecock schedule is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they play back all the time, these big-time schools, and they've been in the SEC since forever.
2 weeks ago, I'm sitting there watching that game, and boy, did the refs blow that game.
He's pretty ticked about that.
Wow, did the refs blow that game. They blew it.
A couple really bad calls that brought 2 touchdowns back, and he's not happy. They'd be 4-0 also.
Yeah.
If not for that. And even I've got a lot of followers from Louisiana on my Facebook page, and they were even saying they were LSU fans, but they were even saying LSU got away with one.
Yeah.
They were even saying it, not just Gamecock people.
Yep.
So, and I think some of these schools like LSU, all that, I think a lot of times these referees give them better benefit of the doubt. Like it's a lot better to be LSU be up there than South Carolina. Like it doesn't have the same ring or passion or gut or naming. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Don't you agree with that?
I agree. And I think they should have that. You're seeing the calls a lot faster coming from New York on the deal going, hey, that is a penalty. And then, the calls are coming. You still see a lot of studying on certain things, but I think they ought to have the same thing in college football. Hey, you need to reverse that real quick. That is not a touchdown or whatever it is.
Well, they brought that touchdown back with 4 or 5 minutes left. It was a 100-yard return, and they brought it back because the guy blocked the quarterback. And the quarterback was going after the guy. That was not an illegal block.
Yeah.
And
he involved himself in the play.
Exactly. And so I don't know why that they can't have a challenge on that just like any other challenge. What's the difference? If you get 2 challenges and you decide to use them, then you're out.
Yeah.
But why can't you challenge that call as well as something else? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
And we've brought challenge into the system, then let's challenge whatever needs to be challenged.
Yep.
And that they could throw that flag out there, challenge that call, that was a legal block and that touchdown stands, and let's move on and let's stop this craziness of allowing that stuff to happen.
Yep.
But,
I agree. I think, some of these are so blatant. I was watching one game. I think it was.
What about Kansas City and Atlanta? When it was an absolute.
He tackled him in the end zone.
That ball
going for the ball.
Yeah, it's way before the ball. Let it go. Nothing.
Yeah.
But you can't challenge that, and I don't understand that.
Yeah.
That should be able to be a challenge call. Now, again, I don't want 10 challenges. You get your 2 challenges or whatever, and you decide when you use them. And when you're out, you're out. So if that happens to you when you don't have a challenge left.
That one was so blatant.
That was horrible. And it's Kansas City.
And the guys and the referees standing right on top of that.
Right there. It's horrible. And that's the only way to fix it, in my opinion, is to be able to challenge every call that's ever made with as minimal challenges you have to work with.
Yep, I agree. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs. And to help you with your Kia needs, classic Kia Carrollton right there at 35 and 121. My buddy Jesse Hull, managing partner, general manager. Let me tell you, if you haven't seen the new Kia Sportage, you're missing out. If you haven't driven the Carnival and you got a family, you could be missing out. EV9, I didn't know that there was a World Vehicle of the Year, but it received World Vehicle of the Year.
It's got it.
And there's a whole lot more. And I just went by there the other day. I had to get a key for my son's car. I got a new battery in it. And boy, he's got some Highline stuff over there that's absolutely incredible. Mercedes-Benz, Cadillacs,
really?
Corvettes. Yeah, he is really, and he's got the teen price cars, 17, 18, 19, all the way up to a luxury brand, and then the full line of Kias. The place, ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. That's ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. Ask for Jesse Holt, managing partner. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Ed radio show, and enjoy the best Kia experience around. ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
And if you have in your mind that, back in the day, the Kia was something different, you need to get that out of your mind.
Yep.
Because it is a whole nother ball game about Kia now, and you need to go by and check it out. And I promise you, you'll be totally shocked what those cars are like now.
I got 2 family members driving Kias and fixing to have a third.
There you go.
Gotta like it. Hey, let's jump back in here. Can I trade a car if I have if I've lost the title? Yeah. You trade in the car, and the dealer will run everything on the car to check it all out and do a lost title app.
How long does that take?
For the dealer, they'll probably get it within a couple weeks.
Okay.
But then what they do is they run what they call a Twix, and it tells them everything about the title. Is it a salvage title, a clean title? Is there a lien against it? Is there anything going on with it? And because one big thing, there's a lot of people that come in with death certificates, divorce decree, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm trading. I've lost the title. And it's, I think, like a $20 charge or whatever. And then the dealer files for lost title.
Okay. That's
so
good to know.
real simple process. You don't need to panic. Or you can go down the DMV, take care of the paperwork, and get your own title. Right. Yeah, if you're not trading and you just want the title, yeah, you can go down to the DMV and get what you need. What do you think about a car that has a lot of PDR repair? Here again, it's all depending on how it was done. My only big thing is when they pull the headliners out to repair the roofs, how well did that headliner get reinstalled? That is the toughest part about PDR.
Is that a gluing process?
Yeah.
So that's why it's tough.
Yeah. I've seen some really good PDR work with the headliners, and I've seen some that somebody
super glued it.
Woo, it is ugly. It should have never been touched.
Right.
So, yeah, you've got to have the right person doing your PDR. But I have no issue. I've seen that some that $15,000, $20,000 worth of PDR, but it was done so well, it didn't bother me a bit. You just got to take a look, especially where all the chrome seams and everything are, that all that stuff was put on right, it was sealed right, and then are you getting any warranty or any backing on the PDR work? Yeah, real important. Do colors have anything to do with depreciation? No. Years ago, yeah. I remember when I was appraising cars and I got in my first Irish truck, which is kind of a light pinkish metallic. And I so did not want that truck.
Because you knew it wasn't going nowhere, right?
That guy pulled up and it was low mileage. He said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Hang on a second." I closed my eyes and I started touching. He goes, "What is it?" But I just can't get over this color. He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "That is the new Iris." Yeah, well, it's Iris Eyesore is what it is. And he took it around and really, back in the day, when it had some of the lime greens and the bright yellows and they tried to mix it up a little bit, it was a very segmented market. Now, it doesn't matter. There's a butt for every seat, and if it's a good, clean car and you've taken care of whatever, it's still going to bring money. So color plays zero part in transactions now.
But do you think some colors are more flavorful or favorable?
Well, it's not the big things now are silver, white,
grays,
gray.
Yeah.
I mean, but blues are making a big splash right now.
Right, and those certain color blues are awesome too. But I remember we here a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how browns were not a very likable color. So if you had, let's say, the same vehicle that came in and it was a tan or like a dusty color, dirt color, or a granite gray, it's going to be more
yeah, well, there's some of the cars when it comes in with the bronze,
right?
Bronze,
Like
earth tones.
Right.
I would always call that manufacturer. I tell you who does well with them. Cadillac does well with them.
Right, they do.
Lexus does well with them.
Why?
Lincoln does well with them because the age of the buyer.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's funny. We'll be driving down the road, and I'll tell my boys, I can tell you that that is a senior driving that car. I mean, you just know.
Right.
I remember, when all the bronze Buick LeSabres came out and all of the cream-colored Avalons came out, that there weren't people in their 20s and 30s buying these cars. Right. And so they still like the earth tone cars. But if you take a look around at all the products, there are very few earth tone products out there.
Correct.
Very
That's
few.
what I'm talking about.
Now, the best looking one, I think, is that Tundra, that brown metallic. I don't know what the exact color is. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love that vehicle.
There you go.
Let's see here. Should you keep original wheels and tires for trade-in? You know what? If you went out and spent a fortune on tires and wheels, let me just say that you're not going to get anything anywhere near what you thought they were worth unless you're on a specialty car, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Porsche, a Corvette. There's certain cars out there, certain models of Mustangs that have, specialty wheels and rims and stuff on it where they're going to enhance the value of the automobile. Otherwise, if you put specialty wheels and tires on a car, have the backups to get rid of them, to keep and maybe put on the next car or sell them outright in the open market. But a lot of people say, well, I just spent, $10,000 on wheels and tires. That doesn't mean you're going to get $10,000 for them. You bought them because that was your hot button. You like it. This guy.
Well, you're not going to.
Are you looking over here at Andrew? He's flashing us.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But it was your choice. Kind of like when people customize trucks, you're not going to get that money back out of the truck.
Well, the question was, you're going to lose. You're not going to lose, but you're not going to gain.
Like I had a buddy that actually did it on a Mustang. He goes, hey, I bought these. I forgot what they were called. And I went, oh, my gosh, what'd you pay? He goes, $10,000.
Oh,
so here's the deal. Are you buying another Mustang? He said, yes. I said, then pull them off.
Yeah.
Put your factories back on it and then trade in the car.
Yeah.
And then when you get your new car, do the flip.
Either that or sell them.
And, he kept them. And so he said, he asked the guy, I said, well, if I kept these wheels on it, and the guy goes, that's why I gave you the price I gave you. He goes, well, I still have the new factory tires and wheels. He goes, and put them on.
Yeah.
They're brand new. He said, yeah, you'll still get the same amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
It was your flavor, not their flavor. And so when you're booking out a car and you look at it, it never says, unless it's factory, upgraded tires and wheels.
Correct.
And not on any of the, whether it's NADA, Black Book, or whatever, it says, wow, you upgraded the wheels and tires. Now, if you're putting on some specialty rims and some Pirellis on a specialty car, yay. Other than that, no, you just made the car happy for you. 214-787-1190 is the number. We're here today live. Grapevine Ford, home of the love it or leave it promise.
Crazy.
Oh, my goodness. He's our guy. You got to come meet Andrew Boaz. You want a good laugh, you want to be entertained, he is the man. But the inventory is deep. The storage lot is full. It's a great time to make your deal at Grapevine Ford today. Whether it's an F-150, an Expedition, Explorer, the Ford Edge, whatever. The Bronco, full size. They got the Raptor Bronco on the showroom floor. They do have the Mavericks in stock. They got you covered. GrapevineFord.com. Quick break. We'll get things wrapped up. Don't go away. Bo will be right back.
I like this.
I don't know what it is.
It's just a good old country bop little tune.
Gonna put the world away for a minute. Pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love, but I lost it. She got too close, so I fought it. Now I'm lost in the world, trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was deep, deep in the water somewhere.
Pretty cool. All right.
So when Graham was coming on and helping, was he doing remote?
Helping what?
Or was he driving up from school to?
He was driving here. What do you mean remote? He was physically here.
No, remote for school. Was he doing school remote?
Oh, no, like online. No,
Yeah.
he was going to school. He was driving up here. It's just getting too heavy for him, though.
Well, we've got 3 restaurants that were just sent to me that we need to try out.
Oh, yeah?
One in Longview. That's a bit of a haul. Not too bad.
What,
I mean,
about
Waco
3 hours, I think.
Oh, no. Another one
maybe
was,
not that far. Maybe a couple.
Yeah, the breakfast place in Big Spring is out. Well, that's 5-hour drive each way for breakfast.
Yeah.
But
we wouldn't even make it for breakfast. We'd have to leave at night to get there.
Yep.
Well, Graham will come if you want to do something like that.
And then I forgot what the other 2 places were, but they were more local. They're about 45 minutes away. So I figured we'd venture out.
That'd be cool.
You know what? That is the second time I saw somebody with their head down walking through the dealership on their cell phone and hit the door.
Mm-hmm.
What is so important? You're willing to hurt yourself on watching your cell phone
It's
while
the
you're
nature
walking.
of the beast nowadays. I mean, they have all that stuff on internet now. People walking everywhere and falling into pop pools and.
I scared this person half to death at the grocery store the other day. I'm coming down the aisle and they got their head down there on the phone. I went, "Excuse me," real loud, and I thought they were going to take out the whole display. And they said, "Well, that was rude." I said, "Look, get off your phone while you're in the store."
Mm-hmm.
And I kept walking. They said, "Who the hell do you think you are?" And then I had the lady standing next to me talking so loud in the line.
Hate that.
And so guess what I did?
Talk louder.
Like they were talking to me.
Right.
I looked right at them. "Hey, how you doing today? It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here." And they went, "Excuse me, do I know you?" "Yeah, well, I figure you do as loud as you're talking there on your phone. We're having a conversation." And I kept talking. The lady behind the register, everybody was dying laughing. She goes, "Let me call you back," and just hung up the phone. I went, "Are we done?"
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's just, to me, so rude.
Oh,
to me, it's the same as what people do when they play their radio so loud in their cars and pull up to a stoplight and the bass is thumping out of their speaker and just crap music, and you go like, turn this stuff off. I don't want to hear that crap. You roll your windows up and just listen to yourself. It's just it's
they just want attention.
I know, and they get it because it's so loud, but it's the same principle.
We're at Dick's Sporting Good, and this lady was so loud on her phone. I'm standing there and I'm trying to talk to my. She will not stop. I started talking so loud that I made her duck.
Well,
and she goes, "Excuse me," and I just kept right on talking. She goes, "Excuse me," while she's still on the phone.
Yeah, wanting to still talk over you.
I was like, "No, that ain't happening. I'll get real loud."
10 seconds.
Well, it's just.
I got done. She goes, and I went. She was telling me how rude I was, and I was like, "Wow, we're really going to have that conversation."
Yeah, we're going to be rude versus rude.
Woo.
No doubt.
214-787-1190 today live. I can't tell you enough. If it's a Ford, go no further than Grapevine Ford here between Texan Trail and Main Street on Highway 114. They got you covered. I don't think there's a maker model they don't have on the property ready for delivery today. From their the Lightning truck to this red 5.0 Mustang here. It's kind of an off red. I love everything about it because it doesn't have black wheels on it. I'm not a black wheel fan.
You like the wheels, I know.
Yeah, I do. I like the way they pop. And then you've got the Raptor Bronco behind me, all the specialty vehicles, the Mach-E to the top-selling 48 years in a row, the Ford F-150. They do have the Platinum 3/4 ton diesel. I'm telling you, right now's the time. Once the rates drop, the Feds drop the rate, things immediately change with the lenders. And this is a phenomenal weekend, as beautiful as the weather is, to get out. Stop by here right next door. My buddy David Klett, general manager of Grapevine Lincoln. They've got it all here in one location, from your everyday to your luxury and everything in between. And even now, when you take a look at that new Explorer and the Expedition inside, man, has Ford stepped it up. It used to be like second to Lincoln. There was a big variance. Not anymore. The place, home of the Love or Leave It Promise, Grapevine Ford. I want to thank Chaz Gilmore for having us out today, Cameron Martin, Andrew Boaz, the whole staff out here, because it works. Good people, good product, great process. Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It Promise. Last question on here was best off-road SUV.
I know that's going to stump you a little bit.
I'd have to go with the Toyota 4Runner.
I figured you were going to do that.
That TRD Pro off-road is absolutely incredible.
Well, it's such a fabulous vehicle. Would you ever even use it off-road?
Well, I got a buddy of mine. He's a pastor, Matt Oxley, at Marine Creek Church out in Azle. And let me tell you what, he gets one, and I don't know how high he lifts it. Buzzy Murphy.
Oh, he did his?
Oh, you got to see his. I don't know how much he's got in that thing. He'll never make a dime on it if he ever goes to sell it. He has got, I guarantee, I'm not even going to say the number. He already told me. That thing is lifted, added.
Big wheels, the whole 9 yards.
Incredible. And so it's a vehicle that you're okay taking it off. Now, if you take, let's say, a Ford Expedition 4-wheel drive, they're top of line, even though you can take it off-road, it's not something you're going to take
want to.
Yeah.
Probably.
People that have, the Bronco. I mean, people take these Broncos off the road all the time.
Well, it's kind of looks for that. Or has that.
The thing is, as costly as these vehicles are now, are you willing to beat them up?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And so these people, they're putting the off-road shocks on it. But if you look at the TRD Pro off-road, I mean, it's ready to be
used that way
to hit it.
Right.
And so, and very,
kind of
very
like
difficult.
This guy behind us.
Yeah. And so right now, the 4Runners, if you order exactly what you want, you're looking at March or April.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So there's a
demand for sure.
There is. So before we go, I want to erase everybody's mind on all the scuttlebutt about pre-owned and where they are. Right now, your 2 to 3, 4-year-old cars in good shape with good mileage, they're bringing all the money. They're bringing all the money. They're doing really, really well. But here's the thing. Know before you go. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt. Let me appraise that car before you go based on the information that you gave me. And I know for a fact that dealers will buy it for that. As long as it's the way you described and you're not keeping anything from me, we will have buyers at that amount. It may not be where you're at. It could be where you're going to be going to make sure that you get all the money for your trade-in. And we'll make sure it's taken care of. And then if you want help buying an automobile, go to The Automotive Edge. All you got to do is leave your name and number at theautomotiveedge.com under Ask Kurt. I'll give you a call after the show. We'll make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of.
Or anytime during the week,
issues.
except for Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, he takes those calls during the week, not just on Saturday.
And we're going to have a great Sunday because Cowboys ain't playing.
Well, there's one Sunday they're not going to lose.
Yeah. I'll be watching other games peacefully.
Yeah, exactly.
So remember, turn off all those electronics, get reconnected, tell that person you love them, and vote for prosperity. Don't vote for personality. I'm telling you, prosperity over personality, we win as Americans because you got to get registered to vote. I think the deadline's coming up here, like October, 1st of October. If you're not registered, you can't vote. Get out and vote. Make a difference. Remember, I'm tired of hearing, well, my one vote didn't count. If 20 million people said that, we'd be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Get out and vote. Make a difference. And then you got all the say-so in the world. If you're not voting, you have no say-so.
And also, when you watch some of these ads, you need to try to find the truth of what's being said in some of those, because I know there's one on there that just really it gripes me to no end because they're just lying through their teeth.
Yeah, they should say, I endorse this lie.
And it's sad that we have that. But just really know some of those things are out there to try to hit you from an agenda standpoint. And look at the big picture of our country. Don't just settle on one little agenda. Understand that our country's in need right now. We're in need economically, worldwide, and every other way. And just don't dial into one little specific agenda that you think that's what you have to make this pick.
Remember, for all your automotive needs, go to theautomotiveedge.com. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter, and then check the Automotive Edge Facebook page out. I'll be doing all my reviews next week. We're going to be doing 2 a week and giving you the insight on what's hot, where to go, and who to see, as we do every Saturday here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Maddie back in studio. We love you. Thank you very much for all that you do. Big Wheels.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
Yes,
Have a great weekend and enjoy this beautiful weather. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll see y'all next Saturday morning, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Y'all have a great weekend. Be blessed. Be safe.